Hello. Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
everybody.
Shall we have a podcast? Okay, what were we going to say now,
Oh,
Nubs?
seems
Keep it
like a
going.
nice night for a podcast.
Exactly. You guys were talking about what now?
Well, there's a
Something on
guy.
TikTok?
There's a guy that he does
Oh, yeah.
pranks on TikToks, and yeah, he does pranks on TikToks, and so he goes to like GameStops. He takes a picture of the guy working the cashier, the guy working the cashier, and then he goes out to his car and he superimposes them onto a fake video game like DVD. Like he has the little, like the little things, like the things that slide
Sleeve?
into the DVD, the sleeve, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
he superposes them on, and then he goes in and tries to sell the game to them, and he acts dumb about it. So he goes into this one where the person, and every time the GameStop guy is super upset, super mad, super rude. Get the fuck out of my store, you know.
Seems like a
Not,
pretty harmless prank.
I know, and so they just get they just get upset because like the games aren't always like the nicest games, like they're kind of rude usually. Um, like so he finally goes into this one store, this guy, and the game he's selling is Cousin Kisser 3, and
Oh,
it's the
God.
guy
Okay.
at the
Oh,
and so he's at the store, he's selling it, and the guy's laughing.
not
He's like,
harmless.
he's
I got
like,
you.
I can't give you any money for that because it's not a real game. He's like, no, someone sold it to me. I'm pretty positive it's a real game. He's all like, I can't give you any money. He's like, I'll take it though. I'll take it. That's hilarious. Like that's really funny. I'll take it. He's like, better yet, I'll give you money out of my own pocket just to take it if I can. Like that's funny. That's hilarious. Like he's laughing and he's like the only cool chill guy. Every other person has been a complete get the fuck out of my store, get out of my face, grabbing the game, throwing it back at him, being like super mad. And
Jeez,
he's the
dude.
only one that's like totally like, that's hilarious. Like that's funny. Like, did you just take this photo of me? Like, what, like where I didn't even see you come in the store. Like,
Yeah.
and so like, and so then as they're recording, he's got a buddy that's recording off the side, and someone stands like right in his way, and you can see the buddy like kind of goes to shift, and the person shifts with him. And then the person's like, "Oh, sorry, am I ruining your prank?" And they're like, "You do know it's not allowed to record somebody without their consent, right? Like, you can't be doing that." And so that person's like, "All right." And so they're like, "Hey, it's just a prank, we're just having a fun time." And she just goes off on them, and she's being obnoxious and rude and Karen like. She goes and reports it to corporate and gets the guy fired.
The guy who thought
Not
it was funny?
the guy that thought it was funny. Gets him fired.
Damn.
He posted it up on the TikTok because it's a prank, and then he stitched it on TikTok, and he stitched it and he goes, "That prank got me fired."
Whoa.
Oh.
And so the TikTok guy that pranked him was like, "That's fucking bullshit." Like, GoFundMe, here we go. We're coming to save your ass because it's my fault that you got fired and I'm sorry. And so I'm coming to save your ass. Like, starts to GoFundMe, starts doing all this stuff, raises like tons of money for the guy. And the guy turns around and says, "No, it's okay. I don't want the money. Let's just donate it. We'll pick a charity and we'll donate it." And so they donate it. And he says, like, it's kind of not the way I wanted it to happen, but I made the stitch as like, hey, just let you know I got fired. But it brought a bunch of people, and you started the GoFundMe. It started people to bring my people to my TikTok channel, which I've already been trying to grow. My TikTok channel is blown up now. People know who I am, and it allows me to start what I want to do, which is making content on TikTok. And so he's like, this is my start. So take the money and donate it, and let's find a charity. We'll donate it. And he's like super chill, super cool about the whole situation.
That's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yo, what's up, Ox? How you doing?
Reminds me of, do you remember Paul Flart?
Paul Fart?
Well,
Yeah,
I don't.
I remember that guy.
He was he was a security guard who posted on Reddit all of his farts. He would make compilations of his little toots while he was being like an overnight security guard. And so it would be like, you know, all the funny different farts, like back to back.
Mhm.
And that got so much attention that his employer found out and fired him for making fart videos. But then he turned it into like a Twitch career. Now he's a Twitch streamer called Paul Flart.
Little flirt.
Ox. How's that Starfield going? We got old Dan Tana Willie Drips on Starfield today.
I know everyone's getting on that shit.
Everybody.
Everybody get on Starfield. I haven't started. I plan to start it this this Monday. Yeah, one of those 2 days.
So I still have not fully gotten over this, but because because it was like my first exposure to you as a person, Caleb, I still attach you to like being this diehard Fallout guy and
Yeah.
like a Bethesda guy
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
saw your watch and I was
Yeah.
like, damn, this guy really likes
Like
Fallout. He
Fallout.
must
No,
be
I
like
just-
a huge Bethesda head.
I just
And it was a real heartbreaker to find out that you were like, it's fine, but I just really like the design of it.
like
And
the design of the
so-
Pip-Boy. I like the green CRT, and plus
Yeah.
it reduced the battery power on that because everything was just black and green.
So I was still a little, but like, what is your history with Bethesda Game Studios games?
So Skyrim is probably my first Bethesda game. Not Skyrim. Oblivion. Oblivion's my first.
Okay.
Is my first Bethesda game, and I love the shit out of Oblivion. To be honest,
You wanted to say
I
Bethesda.
still think. What was that?
You
I
wanted
really
to say
wanna
Bethesda.
Yeah.
It's like,
I
Come here, Todd.
actually still think that the Thieves Guild quest line to become the Gray Fox in Oblivion is probably one of my favorite storylines of all time. Like
Nice.
I think that is I think it's super fun. I love the idea that you have to break into the Strady and actually steal a fucking dragon scroll. Like
Mhm.
I love all that. And at the very end, the old Gray Fox is like, well, here's the hood, it's yours now, and you get to take over as Gray Fox, and it's as if like everyone just assumed you're always the same person.
Yeah.
Like you're always the Gray Fox. And so I like that idea. Also the
Play
Gray
it on
Fox
PC?
I played it on
Xbox?
PC. Yeah, PC. I also love the Gray Fox helm, just everything about it. I love how it detected life from 40 meters away, which made it super easy to do anything. But yeah.
So you played
Oblivion was
Oblivion when it
I
came out, or was it years later? Like, or were
think
you like,
I think when it came out.
okay? So how old would
Uh,
you have been?
Ooh,
'Cause, well, that was like, when
I
was
would have
that?
been
Oh
fairly
four?
young. Fairly young, yeah.
Let's see, Oblivion.
I don't know. When
Teenage. I would have been teenagers.
real quick, Aaron. Ox would like to know, or would like you to tell him, a planet he can go explore in Starfield for an hour.
Any of them?
None.
06.
Yeah.
Any of them? What do you like? Specific? Looking for something? Tell me what planet to go to explore for an hour.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I got lost. I've been in Mars for hours already.
yeah.
I think
There's
it's just how you
so
want to
many
play it.
different
Like
ones.
you could go to any planet and play
Dude,
for an hour or for 50 hours.
real quick, Ox, to like when I got to Mars, like I did that main mission, you know what I mean? And then I literally walked out and walked all over the planet and found shit every 600 meters. Like north, south, east, west, didn't matter. You could probably do that on almost every planet. Do you have a favorite planet though, Aaron?
I don't think I have a favorite because they all have like different things, you know. Some of them have like really cool, like tall mountainous landscapes, but like no real flora. Some of them have lots of fauna, but it's flat, and some are like Goldilocks planets. I don't think I have a favorite planet. I have a favorite city. My Aquila is my favorite city.
Oh, Aquila. Okay. What planet's that on?
I don't know what the planet's called. Hold on, Starfield.
Why couldn't motor be on this freaking
Okay, it is located in the Cheyenne system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go,
There's
Ox. That might be a good one. Cheyenne
100
system.
plus systems, so it's hard to remember all the
Oh
systems.
shit.
Plus, there's like 6 to 10 planets each system.
Yeah, and the
So,
moons and
and
shit
those,
too.
and they have moons. So yeah, like it's hard to remember. Um, it's funny to go to like Venus and Io and Titan,
Mm,
places from Destiny.
Yeah,
It's
right.
yeah.
funny to go there. Bondar, nice. Yeah, the planets. So there's cool things about the planets, and there's kind of lame things about the planets, and there's always stuff to do. There's kind of for what it's worth, copy paste settlements or like oil rigs, but they will may or may not be inhabited. And the cool thing is they have like random missions. So like, James had a couple examples yesterday where like just wandering on a planet, somebody will come up to you and have a mission for you to do.
Yeah.
And I was on Venus and like, damn, there's nobody here, but then like I came on this makeshift settlement, it said. And then this guy like came out of his tent and was like, "Hey, I've put up a tent here because I'm bounty hunting. If you want to come help me kill this guy, I'll give you half of the bounty." And so we just palled around to this location and killed this big ranger, and it's kind of cool that like random stuff like that can happen. There's caves. Some planets have traits, which if you scan, you need to scan for the complete survey, and they could be anything from like geological to like um, botanical. So like plants, animals, geological. They can be all sort of different types of things. Like I found like uh, sentient fungus on this planet, and it was like this like weird looking like Last of Us stuff like coming out of this crevice in a planet, and it kind of like spread around, and it was a trait, and so that's cool. The thing is though is like the way that they did the planets is by tiles. So when you can land on pre-made locations, when you scan the planet from space, it'll say abandoned mining factory, whatever, and you can pick these locations and land there. But you can also just pick a random spot on the planet and land there. When you land, it generates a tile based on like procedural generation. So based on like how this planet, they give you weather, weather and landscape, and then that just like procedurally generates that tile for you. But like it's huge. Like it takes like 35 to 40 minutes to walk across a tile, which is like how
Jeez.
long it takes to walk across Skyrim, right? So basically when you land on a planet, it loads the size of Skyrim for you to walk. But if you want to circumnavigate the whole planet, let's say you walk to the edge of that tile and there's a big mountain in front of you and you want to go up to the top of that mountain, but you can't because you just hit the wall. You can go back into your map and pick a landing location just a little bit farther off just to try to get on that mountain. But when you do, it reloads that tile. It's not the same tile. That mountain is not there anymore. And so that's the part that's a little immersion breaking. That kind of sucks. It's not quite that Bethesda Skyrim, you know, the famous Todd Howard quote, if you see that mountain, you can go to it, It's not quite that because
Mm.
every time you load onto a planet, that's a different tile.
Oh,
And so yeah, that's one of the negatives that I have found.
damn.
I think
But
we're gonna add
honestly,
too, but
I
I'm not
don't
sure.
care.
Oh, I didn't see the notification.
For me though, that negative doesn't really affect me at all. I don't really care.
Other than that, you're still really enjoying it.
It just never affects me. Like that is a fact, and I only know that because I saw a video on it. I've never actually encountered that. I've never gotten, I've fully scanned planets of all their flora, fauna, resources, traits, and I've never ran into that. You've reached the edge of the map, and I've never had that experience of like, oh, I want to go to that place, but I can't. I need to reload the tile. It just has never happened.
Yeah.
So I think it sucks.
Nitpicky.
It's nitpicky. It sucks when you talk about it, and I think it's fair for people to know that, but that was a big thing before release. Is somebody posted a screenshot of that, of getting to this invisible wall, and everyone was like, "What, Bethesda invisible wall? This is bullshit," And really, it's not that big of a fucking deal. Like this never
Yeah.
happens.
I
Yeah.
saw that. It was like they were trying to get Bethesda in a gotcha moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like it does seem like on the surface, without anyone playing it but reviewers, that does seem shitty. Oh yeah, that is shit. But when you go in and play it, I'm 65 hours into it now. Never happened. That is I've never ran into that. It's never been a problem.
It sounds like that particular reviewer or whoever got that just decided to see how far they could walk until an invisible wall showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
And
there
I don't
was
think
one.
it was a reviewer either. It was somebody who had gotten the game
Ah,
nefariously and posted a screenshot on Reddit and caused a hubbub. Um
A hubbub. I like that word.
so since you brought it up, you like that's not a criticism that makes you hate the game or dislike the game because you haven't experienced it yet.
mhm.
Has there been anything that you could give a criticism that has affected you?
Yeah. There's a couple things, um little oversights on quests where I help this lady figure out where the power is going in this area of New Atlantis. The power is being like taken out, and they're having like blackouts. And so I help her. And along the way, it leads to somebody in the Trade Authority, which is like this like low integrity merchant, the Trade Authority. They're in every big city. So somebody in the Trade Authority, it seems like maybe it's coming from them. They're siphoning power to themselves. And so I go talk to someone at the Trade Authority, and she says like, yeah, let's see if we can do, let's prove to me that let's
Yeah.
continue the investigation. So we continue the investigation, and we find out that it is indeed the Trade Authority. And so this woman from the Trade Authority is like, give me the documents and I'll pay you for them. And so to me, I was like, oh, okay, so I can get some money, but I help out the quote unquote bad guy. And so I do that, and because I'm role playing as a space scoundrel, whose money is important to him, and so uh, I accept, but then I have a change of heart, and I'm like, I really just felt bad for screwing over Louisa, and so I reloaded, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go give it to Louisa, and I go give it to Louisa. She gives me the same amount of money. So there's no incentive
Oh.
to help
Okay.
out the bitch.
And
I'm other than just being a dickhead. Okay, so that right away, and this is an early side quest. I was like,
so I guess the only positive to be helping this trade authority assist us probably like favor with them, increased rep with them.
I'm assuming that they will come in another side quest or maybe a main quest that the Trade Authority in New Atlantis I will need their assistance in something. Maybe that will.
You took our power, so you know what? We're not gonna help you. That kind of thing.
Exactly. But then on the other hand,
Oh, hey,
I ran into another very similar
Coming at you live
situation
from your
where
boy James Kirchhoff's
big-
voicemail box. Please leave your voice mail. God damn it.
Man, that was a lot of sounds going on there. Thank you for the
Oh,
resubs
so, yeah.
from Purple and Starry.
Oh.
Also, hello Rento. How are you, Guano? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? That was a lot of streamception there. back to back fucking Duckburg, followed by Guano's voicemail recording. We love you guys, and all the best for Rascal for sure.
Yeah.
My dog is snoring so loud behind me.
Okay, so one criticism is, at least at this point in the game, not a lot of differences in outcomes of quests.
No, that was just one
Instant.
early side quest. Other quests have had similar choice making that have had significant impacts. Um, so it seems like that was just one little oversight.
Okay.
My real criticism that still exists now, even 60 plus hours into it, is the map, local map. You know, like in Elder Scrolls or Fallout, you can pull up the map and then get a local map to find out like where the stores are and like where quests are relative to the general. There is nothing like that in this game, and it is incredibly frustrating because these are, as they promoted, the biggest cities, the denser cities, but you gave no way to get around it. You just have to learn it and figure it out, and that's really frustrating.
Okay.
And
So
I think that's what leads to a lot of the frustration of this, narrative that you have to play 10 to 12 hours for it to get good. I think part of that is that you have no idea where you're going because
Yeah.
there's no map.
okay,
Oh, that is rough.
Yeah, it's very
yeah.
cumbersome.
Let's see. I'm just trying to I'm pulling up just looking up local map stuff, what people have done, and I'm just seeing people do interactive maps that you have to go to a separate website to get
Yeah.
the map, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm
Like
Sure,
they
sure.
have
there's a mod
And
for
and
it already.
I'm hopeful that people will map it out and there will be a local map mod just to, you know. But that being said, I now know New Atlantis, Neon, Aquila, Paradiso pretty back and
Very,
forth. I
yeah. So
can
I've
go. I know if I need to go talk to this trader or need to go to Reunion Industries or find I had to find my house that I bought in Aquila. That's the other thing is like I bought a house in Aquila City. My quest marker to go get your house. That's how I got there. But then when I left and played for 20 hours and then was like went back to Aquila, I'm like, where the fuck was my house?
Yeah.
There's nothing on the map about where your house is.
Where's my
Um,
house?
yeah, I had to go and like look at doors and like, is that my house? And read it what it was.
so
Oh, Guano. It's top tier. I think you would enjoy it.
that okay, that does sound like for a game like this that does sound really bad. They could have even put this in as like a you have to go buy the map type thing, but at least give you some option in game.
It's crazy. It's insane that there is no. Now the system map is fine. It's a kind of like a 3D, galaxy kind of thing where you can pick the systems out and when you get into a system and then it blows up all the planets and you see their orbits and they're all really nicely designed and you click on the planet and then you can see like its resources and all that. That map is fine. It's when you land on a planet and you're in a city and you're like, where is this thing that I need to go to? And you can't, there's nothing. Can't do it.
Um,
It's really frustrating at first. And I I had a really hard time at the beginning of this game trying to just doing side quests in New Atlantis for hours and hours and hours. And it just didn't click. It just doesn't, I didn't really get it. But once I've realized that like this is really just Skyrim, Fallout, Oblivion in space, it's like, oh, I can just kill time designing a ship for a while. I can
yeah.
just get lost on a planet, find, like I was talking about, you run into random quests, and then you could be like, oh, I want to scan them all, because you get good XP for scanning a whole planet. You get good XP for scanning a whole system, you know, and and then when that gets boring, you can do some side quests, and then when the side quests get a little too generic, you can go do a, a faction mission. And boy, oh boy, I texted you guys this, but I did the Crimson Fleet space pirate. Man, that was some cool shit.
Yeah.
Like,
You were like,
that was some cool ass shit.
you didn't talk for like an hour in the Discord, and then all of a sudden you were like, oh my God.
Like out of body experience. He was just like, oh, I blacked out. What happened?
That was because of the main story.
Oh, yeah.
The main story is, I personally, like, I don't know. I don't think the story for Fallout 3 is very good. I don't think the story for Fallout 4 is even close to good. And I don't think this main story of being the Dragonborn, there's a reason that people want to skip being the Dragonborn in mods. It's kind of cool, but I actually personally think that this main story for Starfield is the best BGS main story. And I really don't understand people. I keep reading stuff from people, or like, getting like, I get a sense of what people are saying through like podcasts and stuff, and like they just are. I don't get the criticism that it's like generic or boring. Like Moist said that it was they said that it was super boring, and like, I just don't get that. I think it's very interesting and mysterious and exciting, and I was
Do you think they want more
surprised that I
action?
wanted to. Maybe. Maybe
So-
the main story is not very, it's more mystery than action, yeah. So maybe that's it.
But there sounds like, because I've tried. So I told you this, Aaron, but I've tried to steer clear of most reviews or discussions of this game right now because they are all over the place on this game, depending on, for everything from what you want in a video game to what you think of Bethesda games to your personal politics. Like
Sure.
people, right? But one thing on Kotaku was it was an opinion piece, and the headline was something like Starfield has too much fighting,
That's crazy.
right?
Wow.
I've
Okay.
also seen I've seen the stuff where people criticizing it's not as truly open as they were led to believe with the whole
I
tiles
don't
thing.
understand what that. I see.
I,
The people want to say that. I really feel like it's a hive mind situation where one person says that. Like the IGN review says, like, you fast traveling is cumbersome, and like you have to go into the map to go to another planet, and then select the planet, and then select where you want. No, you don't. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is move your starship to where the planet is, and it'll show you the planet. Hit X or A on your controller, or E, and then you fast travel. That's all you have to do. You just are too stupid to you didn't realize that, Dan Stapleton? Like,
Yeah.
you didn't realize that? He goes, "Oh, you can't transfer stuff from your ship to your suit, and your suit to your ship." You can. You have to be within 250 meters. Why would I be able to zap shit from nowhere to my ship?
Yeah.
Why would I be able to do that? But if you get close to your, if
fucking
you're
idiot.
on your ship, yes, you can, Dan. Did you play the game? Like, it's crazy. The thing is that there are legitimate criticisms to Starfield, but none of the ones that these reviewers are talking about make any sense.
so IGN, like I take almost all IGN reviews with a grain of salt, really, but Starfield, looking at it, because if anyone didn't see, they gave Starfield a 7. But in the same article,
That's
they talk about Fallout 4, which they gave a 9.5. No.
see, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I went back and I looked up what did these people give Skyrim? What did these people give Fallout 4? Because I'm going to tell you, like, Skyrim is not the most played game nowadays because of like what Bethesda did. It's
The
because of
vanilla
modding.
content.
Yeah.
The vanilla content is
Yeah.
not the most played thing.
It's
No.
it's fun, but even the consoles got mods for
Yeah.
King, Skyrim, and Fallout just because they
Yeah.
knew people wanted it.
It's a good base for what mods did to it. It doesn't mean that it's almost like they're taking modded Skyrim and going like, this sucks. This is just, and it's like, dude, this is vanilla Starfield. This is what,
And
and
if you
this is so much better than vanilla Fallout 4 and vanilla Skyrim.
Yeah.
This
oh
is
vanilla
so much better.
Yep.
And people are complaining. Moist was complaining about how this is not an evolution. I don't want to keep playing Fallout 4, and I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? This
Look.
is absolutely an evolution of the BGS formula. It's not. There are so many problems with it. I'm okay with you criticizing. I'm okay with you giving it a 7. Just give it a 7. Like, be real.
Yeah.
Be a real person.
I'm a real boy.
There's
wanna
over
see if you guys
100 mods for this already, Guano.
oh yeah,
Give
no,
it a 7. I give it a 7. It could be a 7.
Yeah.
but don't give bullshit reasons.
Don't give
why
it a
Right.
7 because you can't, because fast traveling makes it feel small. Like, dude, it's a Bethesda Game Studios RPG. You really want to fly from planet to planet? Like,
Dude.
it's not No Man's Sky. Nobody promised you No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
If you thought it was No Man's Sky, that's your fucking problem. It
If
doesn't
I
make the
wanted-
game bad.
If I wanted to fall asleep while space traveling, I'll play Star Citizen.
Literally.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Quick side note: since you brought up Star Citizen, they've broken 600 million in crowdfunding.
600 million. Wow, y'all are crazy.
I wanted to touch on
Cash,
something in
cash.
chat real quick.
Okay.
He wants to know. Guano wanted to know what our opinions
Yeah.
of Doctor Respect's. What are our opinions on his opinions? Oops.
On the game?
I'll start. I have never cared about his opinion, so I don't actually know what it is on this.
So he's butthurt that Bethesda didn't give him early access,
Yeah.
and also wouldn't give him like early play, like when the embargo released at 9 a.m. because he's a piece of shit. Like, he's homophobic and transphobic and
Yep.
cheated on his wife with a super young, inappropriately young woman. Like, he's a literal piece of shit. And he's really upset by that. He goes to Pete Hines' Twitter and goes, "Oh, he's a he him," because Pete Hines has his pronouns in the Twitter profile. And he gets real upset about it because they wouldn't let him play it. And
Yeah.
he starts bringing up the pronouns thing about how your character can have pronouns.
Okay, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
it's like super dumb.
So I've seen
Yeah.
Hassan apparently watched a video of, I don't even know who it was, some big bald guy just screaming about the pronouns in this game.
He's a nobody.
Yeah.
He's a nobody
Yeah.
from the UK.
But- So first off, this nobody was defending the trans characters and the stuff from Hogwarts Legacy when that came out because people were attacking Hogwarts Legacy. for
Really?
that. Yeah. Oh, I saw the clip of that.
That's
But
so
also,
weird.
Baldur's
Wow.
Gate came out not too long ago, and you want to talk about game with whole pronouns? and
Nobody
trans
said
characters?
anything.
Right, Unrelenто?
Yeah, because you could make any character. You could pick male, female, non-binary. You can pick your genitalia. No one said a word about Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
nobody.
Because you
nobody
can
said a
cock design.
thing.
That's all they care about.
But like the you could still say your character is a female and then go cock design on your character.
Yeah. So
I really think they just get mad at the he, him, she, her. If
So
they see that, it's triggering.
Yeah, it's triggering.
yeah. Well, so
Triggers
with
their
Doctor
idiocy.
Disrespect, he tried to make it like it seemed like it was a big reveal. Like he was like, we've been hyping the game up for all this time and asking, hey, can we collab? Can we do something to get everything figured out? And oh yeah, sorry, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Emergency.
Well,
Somebody
I'm
shit
gonna
on the
just put
walls.
this- I was gonna
I
put
mean,
this-
to finish his point, Bethesda doesn't need Dr. Disrespect to promo their game.
no.
And if you were doing it already, thanks. They already got what they needed out of you. They don't need to give you the game for free, especially when you're a piece of shit.
Well, I just said this in chat, but like when you get the option like we want to be immersed in games, right? We play games like especially big RPGs to be a part of this world.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving me more options with the pronoun stuff or the anything like that or the cock design as James put it.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving me those choices even if I never use them. I get the choice to. Why is having more options a bad thing?
It
Cuz cuz we
doesn't
always
make sense.
because we always complain when like a new entry in a series takes away something the previous game did. Like honestly, I just think of Madden fans and how fucked over they've been for the past 12 years
Mm-hmm.
because Madden keeps removing stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so
Same thing with when Destiny 2 came out. Like, cool. You just took out all the work that you did getting up to fucking Taken King or Iron whatever, Iron Banner. And like, yeah, Destiny 2 comes out and you just stripped the features out. Like people
right,
don't like that. Yes, I
yeah.
understand what you're saying.
So yeah, we want give us all the options. Give us too many options. Let the criticism be like, wow, this character creator was overwhelming.
And you know why it's why they don't like it? Not because it's an option, but because it makes other people feel included. Because it doesn't facilitate their homophobic, transphobic points of view because it doesn't cater to them. It pulls them out of the experience thinking that there's trans people in my Starfield world. And that just makes no sense. Why it doesn't matter. You don't you don't have to play as a trans person. You don't have to
No,
you already have the thing is like it's a self-report. When you get mad at pronouns, it's a self-report at how stupid you are. You don't you realize you already have them. Everyone has them.
and I'll be honest. Fuck.
I think they think that like Gen Z invented pronouns. Like
Oh,
I really think that they
Yeah.
think that they're new.
and honestly, the people who are that bigoted and hateful should love Bethesda games for another reason. But
Oh,
minus kids, you can kill anyone in the game in any Bethesda game,
sure. Okay.
right? So,
Yeah.
like, before I go any further, I don't condone this. I don't want this in real life. But if you find a character you don't like for literally any reason, pull out your big old space rifle and shoot them in the face, or sword and stab them, or Fusro Da them off a mountain. Take
Yeah.
your pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, except for like Bethesda, the only thing they haven't done since like before Fallout 3 is kids. You cannot kill
Oh.
kids and main like certain like main quest givers, right?
Yeah, they like kneel.
It's
And
like,
then they
oh
always get back.
yeah,
Yeah.
hit them with a mini nuke, hit them
Yeah.
with a Fusro Da off the top of High Hothgar. Yeah, no, they'll still stand up, which is
Mm.
fine. I get that. But if
Immersion,
it
but no trans people. It breaks my immersion.
look,
So
if you
fucking
go
stupid.
if you go
Well,
down like the technical like I saw this a long time
Let
ago,
me
but
kill
like
these kids.
in like from a transgender type thing, if you go back far enough, they considered left-handed people trans because I'm using
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is
it's
Mhm.
me.
absolutely
It's just
ridiculous.
really stupid. It
wait,
doesn't
you're
even
not.
affect you.
Wait, you're
Get
not
just get this Discord out of my video games. Just let me
fucking
play my
woke Bud
games.
Light.
Well,
They're falling stock
that's
prices.
their argument, dude. Their argument's like, get it out of my video games. I want to be immersive. I want to be able to not have to deal with reality, and I want to be able to do whatever that I want. I'm like, well, yeah, but that's
That's what
not how that
I, I'm-
works.
I mean, yeah, you walked away, Caleb, but that's what I was saying about Bethesda games. You literally can do what you want. Like Aaron helping that little old lady with the electricity could have been like, oh,
No, the
yeah, no, I'm gonna be
grandma.
with
You remember the grandma story with the
No.
dinner he told us?
Yeah, that was a normal lady. So I have two
Yeah.
really funny stories.
West, you're blurry.
Uh
Wes, you blurry.
so well, I don't know if but basically like just if you're interested in Bethesda games, you're gonna like Starfield.
Yep.
The other thing is that the fun factor starting after 10 to 12 hours is very real and it sucks and there's no excuse for that. And you know, there are a ton of legitimate criticisms for Starfield, like the buggy eyes, you know, the certain non approachable NPCs having a very different level of fidelity than like your main characters, and it's very obvious. There's so many different the UI, the inventory system is horrible.
It's so
It's
bad.
awful. It's really bad.
That was Skyrim's.
It gives me
So
it
is
gives me
Skyrim's.
anxiety,
And
dude.
And yeah, like there's no excuse for that. That is it's whether or not it's the same with any video game. Like it's whether or not those things bug you or not. Does this
Yeah.
bug you? Then don't play it. Okay, that's fine. Like I think a lot of people played Skyrim and were like, this kind of is cumbersome and I don't like the menu and it doesn't have it's not as deep as Oblivion and okay, that's fine, don't play it.
We can fix that.
You remember how many
And
hours I put into Skyrim, Aaron, on the PlayStation?
without mods, vanilla.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you vibe with those games, then you're gonna vibe with Starfield. And in my opinion, this is the best iteration of a BGS game. There are many archaic systems that BGS still runs with, as such as the inventory and the lack of a map and stuff like. But they really did cool. They have so many cool quests and individualness and customization. Building ships is very easy and fun and cool, and building your base is fun and cool. Not as easy to really understand, but it's still, you can get lost just putting books up on your shelves in your house.
Yep.
And then figuring out what you need to and the skill tree. I need outpost engineering 1. I need botany 1 in order to build a greenhouse, and then I can build. There's a whole new stuff. You think that's the stuff you can build for your house, but there's so much stuff that you have to research and then go get. Okay, now fuck the main quest. I'm just gonna go get iron and aluminum and structure materials so that I can research decorations for my house. And it's fun. That is either fun for you or it's not fun for you, because along the way you're gonna find spacers that you're gonna shoot. You're gonna find loot, and it's either that's fun for you or it's not fun for you. I just think
you just hit the nail on the head for me when it comes to Bethesda games. Fuck the main quest.
Yeah.
Honestly,
No one's finished Skyrim. People have made 400 characters. No one's finished Skyrim.
I've never
And I
finished
think
Skyrim.
this is the finishable main quest of
definitely.
BGS games. This is a really interesting story. I think it's fun and mysterious and cool, and I think that fuck the main quest. But like, the nice thing about this is that you can go back to the main quest and have fun, I think.
From what you said, since the main quest feels like it's more of a mystery, it's not just your standard combat slog.
Oh no, not at all.
And if you want the combat, it sounds like you get that from side missions or
Yes,
running around and
absolutely.
finding the bandits who think they can take you.
Yes.
Yeah. If I
Right.
want to shoot, I'm gonna go explore a planet, find some outposts, scan, and plus I'm scanning, which gives me XP. I'm mining, which gives me stuff for my ship. I'm killing people, which gives me XP, and fulfilling my need to want to go do the fighting. And then, I jump back into my ship. I'm in space. Oh no, this bounty hunter is after me, or the Crimson Fleet happens to be in the system. I dogfight a little bit, collect loot from them, find out that you can actually shoot asteroids for materials, which is fucking awesome.
I really want to play this game.
I was really done with the Crimson Fleet side quest, and it is hours and hours. It could be the main quest.
Damn.
It's so long.
That's
And
crazy.
it's just one little faction mission, right? It's kind of like the Dark Brotherhood quests in Skyrim, where like, this is not even the main story. This is just a little part of it. And I was really ready to be done with it. And it was great, but I was like, damn, I kind of just want to go back to base building, but I want to see what happened. So I finally get out of the mission. I'm going home. I fly to my system, and I get scanned because if you have contraband, you get in trouble. So it scans you if you're in a settled system. And then this other ship hails me and is like, "Hey, partner, what's up?" And I'm like, "Fuck, dude! Like, it's late. I want to go to bed. I just got done with this big quest." And I'm like, "Nothing." I give the short response to try to like through it, and they're like, "Wow, well that sounds pretty pretty boring. Have you ever done anything so and so?" And like starts talking, and I'm like,
Ever done
Make-
space meth? You're like,
Chat.
what?
there is actually space meth. There is space meth, and you can manufacture it and sell it if you know if you can get past the
Oh,
constraints.
yes.
It's
Yeah.
fucking really cool. But so I'm just really tired, and this person is babbling at me, and I'm so ready to go. And then she's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna zip out of here. Sounds like you're busy." And I'm like, "Okay, thank you." But the dialogue box doesn't go away, and I'm like, "Dude, fuck, it's fucking bugged." And then she goes, "Oh boy, this is awkward. I guess my grav drive's not does not want to work. So, hey, have you heard the one about the gardener and the spaceman?" I'm like, "Bro, I just want to go." And like, I don't know if this happened on purpose or if this was just a fucking awful accident, but it was so funny. And she's like, "Yeah, well, yeah, that was a good one. Well, yeah, so this one time I went and she keeps talking, and then she's in the middle of the story and she zips off. Her grav drive just like starts working in the middle of a sentence, and I'm like, that was so fucking hilarious. That was so funny. And that didn't need to I don't know if that needed to happen when I was done after hours of this fucking quest, but it was so fucking
man.
funny. And then the other one that I told you guys the other night is like I was just going system to system, and I got hailed by a ship, and she was like, "Oh, hey, dearie," and it just said grandma, and she was like, "Hey, would you mind coming and having some meal with me? I just cooked up some nice soup," and I was like, "Sure." And so I got on the ship with her, and she was just a nice little grandma who wanted to have dinner with me because she missed her grandkids, and she gave me some cookies before I left.
Nice.
That was so cool.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. All the side quests have been cool. All of the, you know, the faction quests have been cool. I just think it's whether or not you can put up with it or not. It's a
Yeah.
BGS game. It's not a 10 out of 10. It's not perfect. It might be. The way I've been thinking about it is that it could be a 7, 8, 9 out of 10 game. It could be a 5 out of 10 game.
Yeah.
But I'm having a 9 to
10
10 out of 10
Oh.
fun experience.
Is
Yeah, the game might be a low score, but I'm having a good time. I'm having a 10 out of 10 experience.
so I've seen some people give like their reviews or their posts on like Steam reviews and stuff, and the one consensus I've seen that, from what it sounds like, you might agree with, this is your comfort food game of this generation.
Mm.
Exactly. It makes me feel cozy. I can go exploring. I just went through all of it. I just said it all, but you know what I mean. Like there's so
James.
many different things to do.
Stuff's popping up on your screen, James.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I opened up
There
the
we go.
chat box in this channel for a minute.
Mm.
Um, no, I will definitely get it some point soon. It's just got been planning some stuff like over the next couple weeks, going to like uh the coast to see Donnie's parents. End of the month, we're going to Vegas for a while.
Nice.
For a while, like a
It's
couple months.
no, sorry, a week. It was only gonna be
For a
for a
while,
couple
I was like,
days
God damn.
for Donnie has a work event there, but we decided to add a couple more days and just do like a actually do a vacation somewhere.
Nice. Cool, dude.
So I'll be in your neck of the woods, Nubs.
Nice. It'll be hot as shit. Just kidding.
I'm staying at the Win, and if it's that hot, I'm not leaving the
Ooh,
Win.
the wind is so
Oh
nice.
yeah. Just stay. Oh, hold up. We're going to ads, by the way. I tried to snooze it, but I missed the button.
Ads is ads.
But no, I've been thinking I've like is this scratching your itch that whenever you get that wild urge to want to play Skyrim again, will this basically replace that urge?
I'm maybe. I will say I don't think I'm as into the space stuff as I am the fantasy stuff.
Ooh.
See, that's
I
me.
do really like the Elder Scrolls more.
Mm.
I am definitely more into high fantasy than sci-fi or post-apocalyptic. As
Mm,
much as I love like New Vegas and Fallout 3.
exactly. Love those. I just think I like fantasy a little bit more. The cool thing is like this game has great shooting. you know, they obviously had some guys from Bethesda id come over and help them out with that when it shows. It's a fun ass shooter. It really feels great. And, you know, there's a lot of melee weapons. There's like swords and knives, and you can do the little stealth, you know,
Stealth.
hunter build, you know, from Skyrim in space if you want to. And I think that's really neat. And
Uh, the other thing I've heard is that so I read that that Bethesda was actually really close to giving the main character a voice,
Yeah. Yeah, I read
which
that
would
too.
have, like they did in Fallout 4, which
yeah,
I said was a big mistake there.
it was a big mistake there, and I think that they were stupid for even bringing that back onto the table because everyone, I mean, a very small minority of people liked having a voiced protagonist, but
Hmm.
it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, because of so I was going to get into is the conversation Bart or charisma system good, like Fallout, early
It's
Fallout stuff?
okay. It's a little chat GPT-ish. I like the system where you have 4 or 5 different things you can say. The first two are more likely to succeed, and the bottom ones are less likely to succeed, but are more likely to instantly or
Complete.
more quickly convince them, persuade them.
Got it.
So, but some of the responses are very canned. You know, some of them are like you get the same response from them after saying like, and a lot of it doesn't make any sense. Like one quest, I needed to steal an award, and so I'm like, I just go talk to the organizer of this event, and I'm like, hey, I need to see that. I need to see the award. And they're like, no, who the fuck are you? And I'm like, persuade. And then they're like, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what? You know, it just doesn't, it's a
Okay,
little
I
like,
guess.
ugh. You know, like, yeah, I did pass the persuasion check, but that doesn't, the leaps of logic in even in because what they do is go like, I know you want to give it to me, and like, yeah, okay, I guess I sort of do, and like,
Jedi
come on,
mind trick.
I really need you to do this, and like, okay, I guess you convinced me,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like,
Wait! I'm doing something.
yeah, but sometimes it feels good. Sometimes it's like, well, you know, if you have information on them, you can say that stuff. Like, you know, your boss wouldn't like it if you said no to me because I know that, you know, I know them, and they're like, dang, actually, you're right. Maybe it would look better, you know. So sometimes it works, but I'd say like 60 to 70% of the time, it doesn't feel the greatest. But I get what they're going for. And I will say, I do love the inclusion of dialogue options that have to do with your skills. It's not quite like New Vegas where like if you have medicine, you know, you can talk to a doctor and it has like a 65% chance, you know, depending on how high there's no percentage chance, but if I do have the medic skill, I can talk to a doctor and use a medic speak option, and they're more likely to talk to me.
So kind of like a Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Yes. It's not a chance though. It's a successful thing. It's always successful. It's just a new dialogue
Yeah.
option.
You have the confirmed bachelor perk when you go talk to Benny, so I
It's
get it.
and
Okay.
and they do I would say also, I think that this is the best role playing BGS game. I will always go to Skyrim and say I'm gonna be a mage, and then go back to being a stealth
Stealth Archer.
archer. Okay, I really love the backgrounds and the traits. They really sink me into saying, you know what? I'm not going to do that quest because that's not what my character would do. Like, I'm a space scoundrel who is wanted. That's one of my traits. And so uh the Free Star Rangers are like, "Howdy, cowboy, want to become be one of our police officers?" Normally in Fallout I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." In this game, I'm like, Hell no. I ain't gonna be no pig, you know? And it really, I role play it. And that's the last thing that I'll say is this narrative that's going around about main the story so that you can get to New Game Plus, because that's where the game really begins, you know, is just not what anyone is really saying. You know, I've gotten far enough into the story to where they've explained what New Game Plus is going to be, and it's cool. But what it really accentuates is it gets rid of that I'm never going to beat the main story like Skyrim. They don't want that. They want you to beat the main story, but what this gets you to do is role play. It gets you to I want to do this again and see what happens if I do this, because that's how New Game Plus works. And they do it in such a they're doing it in such an interesting way that like uh the New Game Plus is it accentuates the role playing aspect. So between the backgrounds and the traits and the way New Game Plus works, I will replay this game as a different I want to role play differently. You know, I will actually fulfill that role. And that's I don't I've never really done that in a Bethesda game.
Yeah, I get that with the Bethesda games because like Skyrim, good example. I play a mage. I'm going to join the companions, this group of warriors.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
It doesn't
I'm
make
going to
sense.
my Archmage of Winterhold. You know what? Yes, I'll go be an assassin. People
Yeah.
won't totally think
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
If you go through and 100% all missions, all planets, all side quests, all fucking activities and factions, and then finish the campaign, I think that would be the incorrect way of playing Starfield.
So
It
so
leaves nothing, and you missed out on things that could happen in New Game
You
Plus.
get nothing.
so your next character in New Game Plus might be somebody who soldier who when you get that guy who walks up to want to be a space cop, you'll be like, sign me the fuck up.
Dude, exactly. There's so many backgrounds and so many traits that the combinations are just so cool. I love how
Combinations
they
are
work
endless.
together. And they do a really good job of giving you I've talked my way out of so many things by being a space scoundrel, being wanted, being a neon street rat. So when I go to neon and someone's like, "Fuck you, kid." I'm like, "Bro, I know your dad. Like, you better fucking give me this thing." And they're like, "Oh shit."
Shit.
Okay.
So
You know, I've gotten Neon was like a cakewalk for me because I grew up there. And that's so cool. I love that.
so you were Han Solo basically.
Dude,
Yeah, pretty
that's what I'm
much.
doing.
In
I'm
Space
Han
Vegas.
Solo.
Han
I'm
Solo
Space Scoundrel,
before
dude.
Disney fucked him up.
Yeah.
I am totally
So
playing fucking Han Solo.
so Aaron, so
Yes.
I'm playing like an extroverted explorer, right? Who's kind of like I'm a good guy. And
What background did you pick?
fuck. I have my traits were
I know you
extrovert,
picked the house.
the house, and empath were my 3 traits.
So you get a free house.
Yeah.
You get more XP when companions are with you. You get less XP and health when you are alone,
Yeah.
and your companions are easier at getting a relationship with you.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay,
And I'm an explorer.
that must. I wonder what background you picked.
Yeah, I can't remember. But I'm curious to see like if I'm going to have a experience like that on some planet. Cuz I don't
Mhm.
really know. I have no idea where I'm from or anything.
Yeah, you don't have
Yeah.
that. So, yeah, I don't know. You might not.
Yeah.
But you might have I know that there's other dialogue options for all backgrounds and all traits.
Yeah.
In some situation you will have options to use them. I know that.
Mhm.
Which is just so cool and neat.
I've used empathy so far in some dialogue
There
options.
you go.
Yeah.
I think that's so sick. And
Mhm.
I will say the relationship stuff is cool. I think that there's not a whole lot of options for romance, but the ones that are there, I like the concept of it where you have to keep them with you and do missions with them, and you build up relationships, and eventually the more things you and they listen to you, they're there with you. So if you talk to somebody and they don't like what you say, it'll say Sarah doesn't like that.
Yeah.
And if you do things that they like and they're in your party with you, then they'll be like, hey, can I talk to you really quick? And then you can talk to them, and then you can flirt with them and build a relationship. And once you build a relationship with them, they reveal secrets of their past with you, and kind of they ask you to do a mission with them, and then you can date them. And I think that that's a really cool system. I think it works really
Yeah.
well. And I have gained such an attachment to my fall the lady that I want to romance, that like when she's following me, I wait for her to get into the elevator before it doesn't matter.
Oh, you don't,
I can hit
dude.
I can hit the elevator button and she'll zoom next to me. I know that that's how the game works, but I sit there and I
Not
wait
for
for
me.
her to run into the because I'm in it. I'm in it, baby.
Dude, when
I'm in it, baby.
when I'm in New Atlantis and I jump on the train to go to a different section, Sarah, it always cuts her off. I pop in the train and the door shuts and she's standing there staring at the train as I'm piecing out down the road. It's so satisfying. She's such a bitch. I don't like her. Keeps talking shit to me all the time because I hoard things. She's like, "Oh, picking up junk again, eh?"
I'm
Fuck
astounded
off,
by
Sarah.
how many I have, dude. It took a long time for Andrea to recycle the dialogue for picking up too much stuff.
Oh, really?
Because I kept picking stuff up, and she had a different thing to say for like 20 minutes. Like
Sarah
it
does
was
nothing but talk shit to me.
astounding. They
That's
really
so
don't
good.
like when you overcarry stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe they know that you're just gonna pawn it all off on them.
Maybe, yeah.
Every time in New Atlantis, every time I jump over the ledge down to the mast ramp, the fucking robot, when Vasco was following me, he was talking shit all the time, and he was like,
yeah.
he was like, "Boy, if I was a human, I wouldn't be jumping off a ledge like that."
Which is cool because when you jump off a ledge, you can literally break your leg.
Yeah.
And then your carrying capacity goes down, and you have to like get a bandage or go to a doctor to cure your broken leg. So like they're kind of valid. You don't
Yeah.
really want to be
I
falling
know.
off
It's like-
because I was like jumping like crazy on this low gravity planet, and then I accidentally went to this high gravity planet and like
Bing!
like hurt my leg, and I fucking broke my leg. I was like, damn, I was on that other planet for way too long, dude.
I'm just
totally got
waiting.
used
I'm
to
just
it.
waiting, dude, for Sarah to be like, "Fucking idiot." Like that's one of the hidden pieces of dialogue somebody at Bethesda just threw in there. Oh
Yeah.
man.
I wish I could talk more about the main story though, because there's
Yeah.
some crazy shit in there that gets very sci-fi, and I love it.
Nice.
Changes the game. Stuff that I did not even. I think they did show it in the trailer, like briefly at the end of one of the trailers, but I completely forgot that this mechanic was even in the game. And then I got to that point, and that's when in the story when I was like, "Holy shit, this game just got crazy."
Nice.
Because I forgot about that.
That's fucking awesome. Rento asked earlier, if you had or we have seen or heard that there is a Last Airbender game coming out that looks like a cozy kind of game.
I did hear that, and it does look very good.
She actually put a trailer in the chat if the people could see the trailer of it.
Quest for Balance, that's right. Yep, coming to the Switch.
Oh, the Switch, huh? Nice. They must have
Water.
They must have revealed it at the Nintendo Direct.
Earth.
The trailer's a couple months old.
Fire.
Is it? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
2
the
months
last
ago.
the direct that just happened was only for Mario.
Mario, that's right. Yeah.
Can't believe there's
Oh wow, that does
two
look really
Mario
cool.
games.
2?
RPG.
Oh yeah. Oh, wow.
Dude,
so much
this
stuff
looks
has come out
super
recently,
cool.
I forgot about it.
I forgot Zelda. I forgot Zelda and Harry Potter came out this year.
Dude,
I
tell me
know-
about it.
Like, I feel like right now, if I'm going with Game Awards,
This year's
Not-
packed.
no, well, not for us, but like the actual Game Awards, I think it's going to come down to 3 games. It's going to be there's going to be 5, 6 games on the list, but the big 3 that are in the top running are going to be Baldur's Gate 3, uh, Tears of the Kingdom, and Starfield.
Yeah.
Sure.
And
No
I-
Mirage, huh, Wes?
I disagree. I think Mario's going to be in there. I guarantee you Mario's going to be in there.
Wonder,
I guarantee it.
and yeah, Hogwarts Legacy is also going to be on the probably going to be on the list. I'm just guaranteeing 3.
I'm saying that I'm locking in Mario. I
Oh,
guarantee
you're locking in
you.
Mario?
Odyssey was lots of people's game of the year when that came out.
Yeah.
But Odyssey was a full 3D adventure. This is just a standard 2D Mario.
I think it's still gonna be.
Oh no, it's going to be
Oh.
good. I mean, I can't actually think when there's been a bad Mario game except for.
Well, then RPG will be on the list. The RPG remake.
I hope so, because
It has to
I-
be.
unless they fuck it up,
Maybe they spent all their time on Zelda.
maybe.
I don't know.
But I personally,
Maybe.
as of right now, this moment, I would hope it goes to Baldur's Gate. But only because I haven't played Starfield yet to see if I have the same reaction you did, Aaron.
It
Baldur's
is
Gate's
such
pretty
a good
good.
game. It's very good.
Yeah.
It's very good. I just had more fun with Starfield.
That's what I mean. Like, Baldur's Gate is great. It's an amazing immersive experience, but like we talked about at work a little bit. I like the Bethesda games system, the Fallout, the Skyrim, the Oblivion, the Morrowind. And
It's
if
not
this
for
does
everyone, and it's not perfect. It's
Yeah.
flawed as fuck. But I just find it nice. I like it. It
Dude, I spent
Gets
2
me.
hours in my house yesterday putting up dumb shit all over the place on shelves and stuff.
and the music going, the ambient music is
Yeah.
so good. The soundtrack is so good, and the yeah, it's got that thing where you're walking around planets and the ambient music is going and you hear shooting in the distance and there's like some ranger battle going on and then you can and then somebody asks you for a quest and you mine stuff and then you're back in your base building out your base mining iron and then you get in a space fight and get a new ship and then you make it your own and it needs space to do a fucking carpool mission where I gotta like transport people, and so I go to the space builder and I upgrade to get more space and make my ship. This one side quest, my god, oh my god, the coolest.
I'm about to freaking download this game right now. Come on, do it.
It's so
I
good,
couldn't
man.
believe it. It was just a random note on an enemy that was like a random miscellaneous, like go check out this secret outpost, and I just was like getting everything. Oh my god, it was so cool.
Yeah,
and
that's
it was just
awesome.
totally random, and I can't say anything about it because it's too cool, and I would never ever take that from you guys.
Yeah. Like the draft was taken from me.
Yeah,
Watch me play like 500 hours and never find that note. Be like,
possible.
what are the goddamn notes say?
So,
it's possible,
dude, so the funny thing is that I mentioned earlier that I spent a lot of hours on Mars and I explored everywhere. So what I thought when I played with Ox the other day, the place that he went to right off the bat that he wandered off to, I still didn't find it out of all those hours.
Yeah,
Like I still probably missed a whole fucking section.
yep.
It's
And
crazy.
part of that is
You're
because
right
the tiles, and like
yeah,
that's a positive and negative, whatever, everyone's tile is going to be a little different. So like that spot on the map might, if you load on the other side of the planet, you might get that.
Oh, I got you.
It just depends on which tile gets loaded.
Yeah.
But I will say it's cool that if you land on the dark side of a planet, it will be dark, and then
Yeah.
you can spin the planet around and fast travel to the other side of the planet and it'll be
Yep.
daytime, and I think that's really neat. And you can see, dude, being on a planet and shooting stuff and scanning stuff and looking up and seeing the rings of Saturn just on the horizon is just cool. That's
Yeah.
just cool. Being on Mars and it being like this looks like the fucking photos that come back.
Dude.
Like when the sun hit, like they got the atmospheres right, they got the how it all look how it it looks from the NASA photos, and they even give a little NASA disclaimer thankful thing at the beginning because they took all the data from it.
Yeah.
What are you
Oh.
looking
Dude,
at?
Aaron,
I
when you
couldn't
got
see it. It was all grayed
I
out.
know. It's all grayed out. My laptop.
Oh.
Oh.
It's
When
all
you-
like special because it's Starfield. It's a thing.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
When you got to New Atlantis, did you run into a lady who was like, you really should go see the tree in the middle of the thing. It's really cool to look at, and I recommend it for everybody to do. Did you talk
Yeah.
to somebody that said that?
Yeah.
So that was pretty early on in my game, and so I went and found that tree, and the scale of that tree and this whole city around you being the first city you get into after maybe playing the game for an hour
Mhm.
it's insane to me.
I also was very impressed with New Atlantis and the well. It's got that
Oh, yeah.
underground area
Total
and
Recall. Yep.
and that's the other thing is like Game Ranks was talking about, and like, well, the first city is kind of boring, and like
What?
I don't agree. I just don't agree. Like I don't know.
How
I
is
don't
it boring? You obviously didn't talk to everybody because you
There's
can
so much to do.
any person, even if it says citizen on their
Mhm.
name, could talk to you and give you a quest.
Absolutely.
You absolutely have no idea. That's when
Yeah.
Dan was playing today. I was like, me and KB were like, talk to everybody, because you never know.
I went to the bank and they're like, "Hey, do you want to go collect some debt for us because this guy hasn't
Yes.
paid his home payment?"
Yep.
Sure. I went to the news network and the SSNN, and they're
Yep,
like, "Hey, do you
same.
got any stories?" And I was like, I got some stories," and I told them some stories, and they're gonna print them out in the news, and then I get some money, and there's like there's just the tree scientist guy. There's
Yeah.
the dude.
Also,
If you go to join the UC police, you get to go into this museum that shows you the whole history of the game up to this point, and shows
shit,
you
really?
who it's all narrated, and you get to push the little buttons in the
Get the fuck out of here.
it's so cool. They're
Oh
big
my God,
pictures,
dude.
and they explain like in 2157 we invented the grav drive, and it goes through, and then the light will go to the right, and so you move, and it'll keep talking, and like it goes over all of the factions and the whole history of the game, and it was like, oh, I totally know what's going on now. This is great. This was so helpful. This is like a real museum. This was cool. I learned everything. Really, really neat. And
It really is.
there was a space flight simulator. So in order to get into the factions, you have to perform a certain rank as a pilot, and so you go into this fake like flight simulator, and then you like fight off some pirates and stuff, and it's just and it's like a game. You can get a high score.
Yeah.
You can, and it's like, okay, you made it to level 3, you can leave now, or you can keep playing. And like I just kept playing for a little bit and just like got good at flying and stuff, and that's how I practiced flying, because it's not your ship, it's a fake ship, and
Yeah.
it's fucking cool that you can like when you shoot a laser, it you get a hundred, and then it boop, 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 as you use your laser, and it has to recharge. And if you put a bunch of your ship energy into lasers, it recharges faster. If you
Yep.
go into a system and you've got all your energy into your laser and your missile and your engine, but none in your grav drive, and then like you're about to die, you
Yeah.
can revert all your power from your lasers and put it all in your grav drive and instantly zap away.
Get the fuck out. Yep.
Where if you just put 1 bar in your grav drive, it takes like 10 seconds for your thing to spool up
Yeah.
and stuff. But you can instantly travel away. You can go faster by putting it all in your engine. And, so like the ship mechanics are cool too. Managing all of your systems is so simple but deep. And, you know, it's people also are saying like I don't like the space fly, I don't like flying and fighting and stuff, and like it works so well for me. I think it's so fun, and collecting every one of the ships that you kill
Yeah.
drops loot. And when you kill ships, that's upgrading your pilot skill. And
Yep.
like it's this cool balance between the Skyrim way of like using the skill to level it up and then just getting skill points and putting them in and getting that skill. Cuz like you unlock a rank, but then you have to do a challenge to unlock the next rank. So you don't just level up and then put another perk into piloting. You first have to kill 5 ships to get level 2 rank, and then you can put a point into it. So it's this really cool thing of like if you want to increase your carry weight, you have to sprint for this many meters while having over 75 capacity, over 75% capacity. So you have to do the things but also get skill points. This is really nice
Yeah.
balance between that. I think it's a great skill. There's so many skills that like I'm mad every time I level up because I don't have enough skills. There's like 9 things I want. And like it reminds me of like Witcher 3 where like I don't really want any of these skills, like some of the early ones like yeah, I need that, like more health, okay, cool. But like I can't see myself. I'm like writing down which skills I want because like I'm like okay, got to remember I want that from that tree and this from this tree, and I got to get this to rank 3, and like yeah, man,
It's
I could talk about
crazy.
it for hours.
It's crazy. Now I've watched 2 people start from the beginning and play through, and kind of helping along the way. And it's just I'm not bored of doing, you know what I mean, and looking at the same stuff again. Like, you know what I mean? Because like
That's
Ox
good.
was exploring the lodge, and he was going and getting things that I totally missed.
Yep.
And then watching Dan do it, I saw something else that I didn't realize there was plushies in the room that I could have taken.
That's the other thing too is like oh, I'm Dan Stapleton and there's no inventory space in this whole game, and I'm always and like totally yes, you are. Did you know that there's unlimited storage at your house at the lodge? Like there's a safe with unlimited did you even know, like did you play the game, Dan, at
Yep.
all? No.
Exactly, because they think they're RPG pros, and they just play the game, and if they haven't discovered it, it doesn't exist.
It's crazy how many things that they pointed out in these reviews that like no. You don't need to go in the menu to fast travel.
Yeah.
There is two a safe and a lockbox with unlimited storage
Yep.
in your base at the lodge. Like there's so many things that they're like, no, that's not true.
And if you take the time to play the game, like get there, talk to the people around you, do the exploring as the game is intended, you will discover all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, there's tons of criticisms. I don't even think a 7 is that out of. Give it a 7.
Yeah.
Just give it a 7 for legitimate reasons.
Yep. Ooh, Unrelento. I just watched the recent episode last night, and it was such a banger. So I hope that's where you guys are at, because you're in for a treat. But have a good night, and we love you.
Good night.
Night.
I'm like, I want to start Ahsoka, but I don't.
You do, Dubs. We talked about it.
Okay.
No.
Am I crazy? Because I watched episode 1 of Ahsoka. I think. Maybe 2. It is. Is it not Treasure Planet? Like, exactly? Because I'm pretty sure,
No,
like,
you must have watched the same video
beat
I
for
watched.
beat.
I watched the whole video where they're like, "This is just fucking Treasure Planet."
It is.
Yeah, I watched the video where that.
What's
Oh, it's
Treasure
Space
Planet?
Treasure Island.
Treasure Planet.
What is that?
The movie Treasure Planet.
No, I've never seen it.
The animated movie?
Mm-mm.
Dude.
It was one of Disney's last It was like their first movie where they started doing CG, but it was like
Oh, really?
also one of their last
Dude.
hand drawn for a while.
But it has
I
a shit ton of drama.
Oh, yeah.
loved Treasure Planet as a kid.
Yeah, which is
Treasure
just
Planet wasn't it produced and all done the same year as Lilo and Stitch, but nobody remembers it.
it's just I don't even remember it. That could be about right. All I remember
They didn't
about it.
they didn't give it any advertising because the head of Disney at that time was pissed off that I got greenlit. Or the head of not the head of Disney, but it got greenlit because they went over his head to the head of Disney and he greenlit it, and the person that was in charge of producing all that didn't want to greenlight it, so he gave it no advertising and gave all advertising to Lilo and Stitch.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, and my point was earlier the story is it's really is just Treasure Island in space.
Yeah, Treasure Planet
Mhm.
is Treasure
Mhm.
Island in space. Yes,
Yeah.
But I'm not
Hmm.
saying a bad thing. It is a good movie, but you're right. It was
But I
definitely
noticed the ball in Ahsoka
it's like identical.
is in the way that it like comes out and the way that it shows everything, like it's so similar.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
It's weird.
I am really in such a weird place when it comes to Star Wars right now. Like, there's a part of me that's like that keeps doing this. Like, we should just go and watch it because everyone's saying it's good, everyone's excited it's good, and there's just a part of me that's just like, you're just gonna get hurt again. Don't do it. Just get over it. You don't care that much. Just get over it. It's not gonna be.
Yeah, I can't even remember if I watched 1 or 2 episodes, and
It's
I don't think I'm gonna watch the rest of it. I mean, I know I'm not gonna watch the rest of it, but
a lot of people saying there's a lot of people hating on it right now, and then because they say they just don't know what's going on. And then a lot of people are like, well, because you got to watch Rebels.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, well, nobody told me I had to fucking watch Rebels in order to understand what's going on with Ahsoka.
Technically, Disney's been saying it for a while now that you should watch Rebels before Ahsoka.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing with why my sister gave up on Marvel completely. She goes, I don't watch any of the Marvel movies. And I go, you don't watch any of them? She goes, no, because I got tired that in order for me to enjoy a certain Marvel movie, I had to watch like 6 different Disney Plus series shows to understand what the fuck is going on. And she goes, and I don't want to do that. I want to watch a standalone
Wow.
Marvel movie, enjoying a standalone Marvel movie. I don't want to watch 6 fucking seasons of 6 different shows to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Alternate
was all like-
timelines, man.
it's
and I
You're
was
a
like-
bitch.
I'm like, no, you're kind of right. And so, kind of right. And I think that's why I'm like, I'm okay with if we're doing Star Wars, I will come back to Star Wars when we move on to a different IP. Not IP, but a different timeline or a different group of things. Like I'll be all right with coming back to Star Wars if we move away from the current timeline we're in, because I don't care anymore.
Wes.
And I don't know if there's any more shit that I want to pack into that timeline that makes me interested.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for me, it's like literally beating a dead horse so fucking hard. That's
Well-
like, I just don't know if I want to do that anymore.
You do, because we talked about it last night.
I know we talked about it last night because I know little parts of what they're doing
Yeah.
with Ahsoka that I'm hoping is true, but I've got my hopes up before and it
Yeah.
wasn't true either. And that's another reason why I found out I've been kind of hating a lot of Disney stuff, a lot of Star Wars stuff, is that people give me fan theories and I get excited about those fan theories, and that's not what happens. And then
Oh.
I'm like, I've set myself up for failure because I wanted it this way
Yeah.
and it's not going to be this way. Like, no matter how much I wish and how much I plead, like watching all this stuff is fun, don't get me wrong, but there's a problem I have. And the problem that's nagging me in the back of my head is that it all ends with episodes 7, 8, 9, which are so god fucking awful that I don't really care about everything that's happening here because I just know that it's 7, 8, 9 is going to be where it leads. And 7, 8, 9 are so terrible to me in my mind that it doesn't matter. And so, like, that's why it's like I was excited for Mandalorian for such a long time and how the Mandalorian was working, and then it just got to the point where, because in my mind I thought this was the beginning of that retcon. Remember that whole fan theory
Yeah.
about the retcon?
Yep.
And now I'm realizing it's not. It's just going to lead to 789, and I'm like, man, I really don't care
What?
about any of this prequel stuff because I know the end. And so that's why I'm like, I want to move away. If we can move away from this timeline, and if Ahsoka does that with what some of the fan theories I hear what they're setting up, if Ahsoka does that, great. If Dave can pull this off, perfect. But if we're gonna stay in this timeline and Dave's gonna keep it here, I like Dave. There's a problem. There's some problems I have with Dave is that he's not willing to try new things, and the new things that he does try are very, in my book, kind of uninteresting. I don't know if I want to continue it. You know what I mean?
I do.
Like and I told you last night when we talked about it, the biggest fresh breath of fresh air Star Wars has ever gotten is Andor for me.
Yeah.
Same.
And Andor, they've already confirmed is only going to be 2 seasons.
Yeah.
That's it. They've already confirmed that's 2
Actually,
seasons.
I'll
That's
say
it.
Star Wars Jedi Survivor was a
Yeah.
breath of fresh air too. That was
Yeah.
very good story and a great Star Wars game.
Yeah. There's only so much I can and I've said this joke before, I'm going to say it one more time and I'll be done with it. There's only so much I can take with how many fucking stories of people being like, "Oh, you survived Order 66? I did too. Oh, you survived Order 60? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, you survived Order... Hey, did we all survive Order 66? Holy fuck. How many... Raise of hands? Everybody. Everybody? Oh, wow.
Did
Everybody.
anyone die? Actually, I don't think anyone
Anybody
died.
actually... Did we just murder a bunch of kids and that's fucking it? We must have just murdered a bunch of kids. Huh. Crazy.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
It's a
like,
real easy plot point now.
It's just like it was interesting when it happened once or twice. And it was interesting in some fan theories, but like how many times it happens, it's like, man, it just for me diminishes Yoda's line of when I die, the last Jedi you will be to Luke Skywalker. It just diminishes that line more and more and more and more every time there's like, Dave's like, yeah, we're gonna have another person that just survived Order 66, and this is gonna come out of the woodwork now.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like, God, can we come up with something a little bit more fucking original?
Yeah.
Like, can't we do something along the lines of like, you didn't survive Order 66, but you have Jedi abilities and you've learned to kind of hone them yourself, and so you're kind of like this weird novice, or heck, even the idea of the Night Sisters that are technically Jedi users, but that they considered all dark black magic. Like, that's an interesting concept. That's a very interesting concept. They're not trained in Sith abilities or in Jedi abilities.
Witchcraft.
They just have a strong connection to the Force, and because they have a strong connection to the Force, they treat it like black magic. Like, that's fucking interesting.
Yep.
Like, why can't we have more people like that are like, they're connected to the Force, but they're not picked up by any Jedi or any Sith, but they just use their abilities to persuade people to do things, to, they're just like syndicates. I don't know, whatever the fuck, you make it whatever the fuck you want it to be. But God, something a little bit more interesting than I survived Order 66 again. But
I wonder if
that's just
that Avatar game is going to be good.
I know, right? It looks really cool.
It does. It kind of does. It is Ubisoft, so it's going to be, I don't know.
Real good or real bad. Ubisoft doesn't do medium.
S tier game studio.
Yeah, it's either like super fun or dog shit.
Yeah.
If you ask my opinion, it's gonna be dog shit.
Yeah, Strong. And even if it's good, I just don't think I want to play an Avatar game.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I want a fast-paced Avatar game, which we've never gotten. Nothing has shown us like the cool martial arts and Avatar shit in game.
Mm.
They're either button mashers or that's about it.
I think this is
Shamalama
gonna
ruined
be
it for
like a
everybody.
Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, but Avatar. Because all they have to do is slap a skin on Assassin's Creed
Yep.
or Far Cry, you know?
That's what they did with Odyssey. They just threw water into Origins.
Yeah. You know, and before we get too far away from Star Wars, is that new Star Wars game that was bad on PC, but I heard that was pretty good. I got to get back to that.
What game is that?
Jedi Survivor.
Oh,
The
Survivor,
sequel.
yeah.
The sequel to Fallen Order.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder how.
Just ran like dog shit.
I wonder if Guano ever went back to that again, because he was trying to stream it for a little while, but it was just not working. Always broken.
I saw recently though there was a patch that came out that at least made it, according to what I was reading, like 1,000% better on PS5. So if it came
Oh.
out for the PC too, it's probably better.
Oh,
Guess
boy.
I'll wait till it's $5 like I did with Fallen Order and finally play more of it.
Mhm.
$5. Well, I am going to toot my own horn for a little bit here. Because this shirt that I'm wearing, right? We see how loose it is.
Hell yeah.
I bought this at TwitchCon last year. And it was a 3X. It was like a goal shirt, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Put it on
Loose.
a couple days ago and now it's loose as shit.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Nice,
Congratulations.
nice. Congrats.
Well done.
And
Dude, let's fucking go.
trying to get geared up here for surgery in a month. get my levels and my blood right and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
How close are you?
And what's that?
You still pretty close?
Real close. Real close.
Oh, yeah.
Like I should be under goal now. Because my
Nice.
last readings I was real close. And they put me on this experimental like injection medicine called Mounjaro that also assists with weight loss. So I've done 4 weeks of 2.5 milligrams of dosage, and then they bumped it up to double to 5, and I've been doing that, and I'm on week 3 of 4 on that one. And it like seriously, like my portions are like a third of what, or a quarter of what I used to eat. It's wild. Like Dan and I went to a chicken place today, and they give you a chicken strip, which is a pretty decent sized patty, and then a chicken slider, right? And I got halfway through the slider and I had to bring the rest home.
You're like, I'm full.
Yeah. And we're like, in our dinners and stuff, we really focus on portion control. And so we're doing, like, everybody is doing good right now. That 5 can eat whatever the fuck she wants, but
I was gonna say, like 5 probably doesn't need it, but okay.
But Dan's eating like way less than we used to when we first moved in here and everything. So it's working out and having a good like trickle down effect.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
awesome.
Not like Reaganomics, but you know, in a good way.
Oh, an actual trickle down?
Yeah.
Not just the cup getting bigger.
Oh man,
Dude, congratulations. I'm proud of you, dude.
thank you.
Hell yeah.
Feels
We all
good
are.
too. Because Aaron, you and I did it at Burien for a little bit, and we did pretty well trying to do that whole Chris Pratt diet thing.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And like we were actually doing good too, and then like life shit happens, and then we found out Chris Pratt was a piece of shit.
It's hard. It's hard to stick to anything like that, you know, because it's got to be a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
So having it be your roommates and cooking with portion control and everyone being on the same page helps make that lifestyle change.
Yeah,
and it's showing.
big time.
It really is showing. Like you look skinny. You look skinny. It's awesome.
Yeah, man.
It shows.
I appreciate it. I was
In the words of heavyweights, I'm a skinny wiener.
yeah. I'm so like I just want to feel good again. You know what I mean? Like I'm tired of feeling like everything hurts every day. Like walking far sucks. You know what I mean? Like it's oh god, I'm over it. I'm over feeling like shit.
Yep. Yep.
I got Pokemon cards today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you got one of those boxes?
Obsidian Flames, yeah.
This is your second box, right?
Second box, yeah.
Dude, can I get that Charmander?
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I don't care.
Can I get that Charmander? Dude, that's all I want. I just want that Charmander.
It's a cool Charmy.
It's my favorite Charmander of all time.
Really cool.
I love
Nice box, Starry. Nice box.
Yeah,
Backs.
What's in the box?
Couple of weeks, 151 comes out.
Yeah, dude.
That's gonna be the expensive stuff.
Nice cock. Perfect.
Just for collectibles.
Oh, that
Still
was
have
another
the
nice.
Halloween Pokemon cards from last year.
Yeah,
Dude,
I got all mine.
The new
right
ones
here.
are out. Have you seen the new ones?
Yeah.
I got the new one.
Yeah, this year's came out about a week ago.
Yeah, here's the green pack now. And it's Pikachu
Oh.
and Mimikyu on it.
Yeah, see, I got all of them right here.
Are they
Nice.
opened?
They're
I can't see them.
mine?
Yeah.
No, they're damn it. This is pissing me off today.
What?
My
He can't
NVIDIA
show anything. It's just going black screen whenever he
my
puts something
NVIDIA
up.
my NVIDIA broadcast is not working today. Yeah,
Broadcast has
I got
been
I got
weird for
I got them
everybody.
all.
Oh
I got them
yeah,
all
we
cased.
sleeved all of them for
Yeah.
Vivian. We got her a Pokemon folder and
Nice.
organized them all. But I kept a bag of them unopened.
Same. Yep,
Oh,
same.
yeah.
I bought 3
I thought
bags. Last year I bought 3
Kept
bags.
one open too.
Yeah, well, I opened one, put it in my binder and everything, and then I did one as a giveaway, which I think is the one I sent to Nubs, because
Yes.
Nubs opened it up with Alora, and then
Yep,
I have an
Laura
open one.
opened it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna get some new ones tomorrow.
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. Laura wants to open more. It was just too expensive in my current kind of situation to be able to keep up. So I was just like, no, baby, we're not gonna do
Yeah,
anymore. Freaking. But no, yeah, I got.
You
There
can
we
pretty
go.
much get the whole set from one bag.
you can. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got here. This is the whole set sleeved.
Yep.
We got the whole set and we sleeved them.
Because what is it? Only
Um,
32 cards, right?
30.
32 cards for
30.
the set.
Yeah, something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
It'd be
24,
really
25,
cool if
27,
there was
28,
like
28.
a rare, like a once in a couple,
Yeah.
like 1 in 100 bags type
Heck
of card,
yeah.
you know. But they're all the same, you know. Every bag gets the whole set.
Right.
I'm excited because we're actually going to send off my brother's cards to get graded. My brother has a few like old cards. He actually has like a few first edition like gym trainer cards
Mm-hmm.
that are worth like some money that we're actually going to be sending off to get graded here soon. Which I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
About my first grading.
Yeah. When Steve was here, we made a little stack of my cards that we're gonna send out. I probably got like 30 cards that I'm gonna send out.
We're gonna do AGS too, which it makes
Yep.
me. I really want to try AGS.
Yep. Same. I'm going AI, baby.
Do the AI grading.
What's the matter, Wes? You don't want the swaddle?
No, I'm good without the swaddle.
Just takes the fucking Sylveon, the only one that I needed of the Eevees.
You guys want a King Cobra update? He did
Yes.
some pretty cool shit recently.
Oh, all right, yeah, give us that
Yes.
update.
So he decided to do a Bob Barker tribute stream
Oh God. no.
Oh, okay.
where he was gonna chug a monster
What?
in remembrance of Bob Barker, because
Okay.
that's what he thought Bob Barker would like. So, so he chugs the monster, and then he starts coughing, you know, and then it gets worse and worse, and he throws it
Oh God.
Oh,
Oh.
all over himself and all over the deck.
Oh
And
God.
oh man, oh, I'm so sorry, Bob Saget. Oh,
Bob Saget. Oh my God.
he goes, oh man, I didn't mean to disrespect Bob Saget like that, dude. Oh my God, it's so stupid. Doesn't change his shirt,
Oh.
doesn't clean up,
oh my god.
just keeps going. Oh man, oh, can't believe I did that to Bob Saget.
Oh my
Starts calling
God,
him
dude.
starts calling him Bob Saget. But then he made it up to him by chugging a coffee monster that wasn't carbonated.
Oh really?
So he still tributed
Oh
he still
My
Jesus
tributed Bob
Christ.
gosh,
Barker.
dude.
And then he tried to make his own wine
Mm-hmm.
by buying 2 bottles of juice and pouring one, like drinking one,
Mm-hmm.
and then pouring instant yeast and like 5, 6, 7 cups of sugar
What the fuck?
and letting it sit. And he's like, I watched YouTube videos and I know how to make my own wine now. and
Oh my God.
and so he's like, yep, every day he would go live and be like, yep, here's my wine, shaking my little, and it's like a little fucking uh what it,
Like a
God,
shaker cup?
no, it's like those juice, like those cranberry juice.
Ocean
Who makes the
spray.
Oh, yes,
Ocean
it's like an
spray.
ocean spray bottle.
Oh,
And he's
okay.
making it,
Gotcha.
and he's like, you know how you're supposed to like let it ferment and then it bubbles,
Yeah.
and then like you
You're
burp it,
supposed to burp it, yeah.
So he knows he's supposed to burp it, but he doesn't let it sit. He picks it up every day, and he's like, "This is my wine," and he's like, I'm burping it," and he shakes it up to make the bubbles, and then burps it,
Oh my
and like
God.
he just doesn't understand. And then after 9 days, he makes a video. Only 9 days, and he's like, "I'm trying. It's been 2 weeks. I'm gonna
2
try my
weeks.
wine." And everyone's like, "Dude, it's been 9 days. It has not been 2 weeks, and you're supposed to wait 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Even if it's instant yeast, you're supposed to wait 3 to 4 weeks. But it's been 9 days, and he keeps saying that it's been 2 weeks, and he drinks the whole bottle.
Oh.
Doesn't get botulism. You know, he survived. So I
Oh
can't
my
believe it.
God, dude.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
yeah, man, making his own
Bottled
hooch.
botulism.
Yeah,
Ugh.
and he kept saying that too. He's like, "You can get botulism for this, so don't do this." But yeah,
Ugh,
yep,
That's
what a
wild.
crazy guy.
he is insane. Oh man, he had a guest too. We got a new member, a new cast member, called what was his name? Rasta Jeremy. His name was
Rasta Jeremy.
Jesus.
Is he white?
yeah.
Oh my
So,
God.
so he doesn't really.
What?
He's like, yeah, I got this guy. I'm helping this guy out, Rasta Jeremy. he's gonna stay with me. He broke up with his girlfriend, and I told him he could stay with me for 2 days, but that's it. And then he has to leave. And so then like a couple minutes later, this guy, this like pale white skinny guy in just his boxers comes into screen, like in the back of the screen, and just stands there. And Cobes doesn't know that he's there. He's like reacting to something, and then the guy leaves, and he comes back, and he sits down on the couch, and he's like, "Man, uh, can I have can I have those pants that you promised me?" To Cobes, the guy is
Mhm.
asking Cobes for some pants, and he's like, "What happened to the pants that you came in here with?" And he's like, "Oh, they're like really dirty, and you said that I could borrow some pants." And he's like, dude, I wear pants for like 4 months. You need to just keep wearing those pants. And he's like, oh, okay, well,
What?
and he's shirtless in his boxers on the couch, and he's like, well, could you like maybe let me know next time you stream So they like, I can put pants on, and he like doesn't really quite understand.
Yeah.
Cobes doesn't understand that Jeremy doesn't think he's being live streamed right now.
Oh my
And
god.
then Cobes, it clicks for him, and he's like, "Well, we're streaming right now, so like," and the guy's like looking down like this, like, I just wanted some pants, and then he goes like this, and he looks at the camera. He's like, "You're streaming right now?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've been streaming for a couple hours now." And he's like, he's like naked, he's just in his box. And the face this guy makes, dude, it was the funniest thing. It was
Does
so
he have
funny.
dreads, like full on dreads?
No, I don't know why. I don't know why his name is Rasta Jeremy. I don't know
What if
why.
his name is just Jeremy, but like Gobe's like, we gotta give you a cool name, so we're gonna call you Ross Jeremy.
Well, usually he calls people homeboy. So there's homeboy Scotty, R.I.P. There's homeboy Ian, and so usually it's homeboys. But this guy, for some reason, was Rasta Jeremy. Don't know why. Don't know
I
why.
wonder if it's the guy he gets his weed from and is all like, hey man, I'm having a hard time. Can I stay with you for a minute? He's like, yeah, come over, Rasta Jeremy. And he's all, what? Yeah, whatever.
Maybe. Dude, he's a new character. Never seen him. Never heard of him.
That's crazy.
He's a brand new character. It's so interesting how there's like characters and story arcs. It's so weird how it's like the scripted. It's like that Ed TV. It's like the Truman Show. It really is like the
Yeah.
Truman Show. It's fucking so interesting. But he's a boglum.
Like, there's no way
Throwing
this
up
is
all over
actually
himself.
happening, but it's actually happening.
It's
Yeah.
insane. It's like he throws up all over himself and just keeps streaming. And then the next day, he has the same shirt.
Oh,
He slept in it.
Oh.
Oh.
oh, that's gross.
Oh
And the
my
food
God.
he makes, the food. Oh my god, dude. He makes
Is
like
he still doing the
you guys
food
know
videos?
what potted meat? Do you guys know what potted meat is?
No.
It's canned meat.
It's
Oh, canned meat. Okay.
junk. Like there's a reason it's called meat and not like potted beef.
Yeah.
It's potted meat. And he makes like potted meat nachos with beer boiled hard boiled eggs that
Oh.
he poured Bud Light Platinum and boiled eggs in them, and like, oh god,
Like the only
he's
thing I
just
know,
crazy.
the only thing I know potted meat was ever used for was like making uh chip beef on toast in like World War II.
Oh,
Like to
chip
make shit
beef.
on a
Yeah.
shingle. Yeah.
Yep. Shit on a shingle. That's my dad called it. Yep.
Like,
Yep.
I remember like the first couple of his cooking videos you showed us, and it made me a little ill. And that just sounds like it's gotten worse.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And somebody did a documentary on him. This YouTuber, this big YouTuber who normally gets like 5, 6, 700,000 views. Usually he does video game stuff. Like I watched one of his videos that was an entire Silent Hill retrospective, all the games, and he does really good little video essays. But he decided to do a documentary, and it was a big deal in the Cobes community. He kept talking about like, yeah, this YouTuber came and filmed me for a couple days and paid me, and it's going to come out in a couple months, and it finally came out, and I loved it. It was really, really good. Gave a really good look into the life of Cobes. But of course, Cobes hated it because, the guy was like, yeah, Cobes is not the brightest, he's kind of dumb, but, he's really sweet. And like, despite what you think, like his apartment actually doesn't smell. It actually is normal. And so he says all these really, you know, not mean things, but like
Yeah.
he's giving you the tale of going to see Cobra, and
Yeah.
Cobes doesn't like it. He's like, I hate that he called me stupid. Fuck that guy. I'm not dumb, and it's like, well,
You're kind of dumb.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You sure about that?
You sure about that? No one's on the soundboard.
Yeah.
Wes, get on the soundboard.
What's your favorite sound on the soundboard, Wes?
You already know mine.
Wet ass P word.
That's a good one.
Hmm.
That's mine. That's mine for sure.
We need the rest of that song. I wish they
Yeah.
could. I wish we could have longer sound bites.
Yep.
So I listened to that whole song after
It's
you
good.
played that. It is unironically a good song because it
It's
starts
so
off
good.
because it starts off like a country song, so it
Yeah.
kind of sweetens it, and then the chorus hits. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, and then it goes back to standard country fare, and then chorus.
Yeah.
Yep.
My favorite is probably
You're ugly. You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you. Give me $200.
Give me 200.
Do you know why that resonates with me so well, Nubs? Do you remember when Aaron first debuted that little fucking snippet
I don't.
to us? He hated the calf check with all his life. Do you remember this, Aaron? You hated the calf check redeem. So you came in and you sent me in Discord. I still have the message. You sent me that snippet of that Dr. Phil thing, right? To play during the calf check instead of the songs. Like whatever song, dude. I was like,
Yeah, that was the bad one too. This
yeah,
one is like more appropriate, but the
right.
the one that I sent you is one where
It was
he talks
real
about,
bad. I was like, I don't know if I can stream this.
yeah,
This
it's
is my other
really
favorite.
funny.
Get your balls off
Balls
my
off my face, man. And then, of course,
Stop playing. I mean, if they give me one right now, tear it
I'll
up.
tear
live.
up live. That
You
kid
guys
is
know-
amazing.
Yep, that's my guano. It's my guano one.
You guys know Meat Canyon? Do you guys know who this is? He's a YouTuber who does these animations. He did an animation of when Moist was beefing with that Snooki guy, or what's his name?
Yeah.
Sneeko?
Sneeko.
He did an animation about that.
Yeah, he did one on.
So he just did one on XQC, and it
Yeah.
is so creepy and good.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, chat.
Getting scared.
I just need the eyes.
He's like
Dude.
a freaking weird gremlin thing.
I don't need any of this gold, but it's mine. It's mine.
It's funny.
It's creepy, and I love the allegory too of him wanting all he wants is the views. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I don't want any. I don't care who
His
you are. what
eyes
you
look
I just
are
want
like
the eyes.
big circular.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's
But-
creepy. That guy does funny stuff, actually.
dude, Meat Canyon is awesome, and he has a YouTube commentary channel called Papa Meat, and he also has a very funny commentary. So
The Sneeko one was
Sneeka.
kind of scary, actually.
A
Yeah.
Sneeko one.
Oh, is that
I'm
when,
gonna get some
is that,
water. I'll be right back.
is the Sneeko one when voice goes off on him about difference between clips and magazines?
yeah. And Sneeko was like, "I'm gonna come to your house and beat you up or something," and so like the premise of the video is that he goes to Charlie's house. It's very
Charlie
it's
comes
so
to his
good.
house. Charlie knocks on his door.
Oh, Charlie goes to his house.
Yeah, God, that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
creepy part. Is he knocks on his door and he's like, "Hey man, go away!" And all of a sudden, like, he goes up to his upstairs room and like, oh no, he's looking at him through the ring. He's like, "Hey man,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
don't come in here." And next thing you know, like, it breaks and he's all knocking at his door in his bedroom. And he's all like, "Oh fuck."
So he
That's-
Twitch streams too, and he gets the ideas for videos from Twitch chat, and then animates it all on stream, so you can see him work. It's really cool.
Okay, I do remember more of this Meat Canyon stuff because his pumpkin spice one came up on my feed recently, and I was about to send it to you, Aaron. 'cause-
Yes, the pumpkin spice. He did a Steve Harvey one last month that is so funny. It's basically what happens in Steve Harvey's head when someone gives a dumb answer on Family Feud, when he goes like stone cold, but it does that and it just goes crazy places, and it's so trippy. It's good.
I just
love
it's just
Meat
the
Canyon.
I just like the pumpkin spice one just because of how people go, how the basic white bitch goes goes crazy for it. Like,
Yes.
I need pumpkin spice,
Yes.
and just the drinking sounds of good.
His animation is so good. I want him to get some sort of show or something. Like, what's that company that does all the it's like the building at the end of all the Adult Swim stuff.
Oh, William Street.
William Street. Wouldn't that be cool if they gave him a show? Dude, his animation is just so good. He's a really, really talented animator.
He's got the views for it.
Bouncing off my boots. We got to get the rest of that song in here sometime. Deep inside. I watched this movie called Cobweb. So all I knew about it was that Red Letter Media did a video called Mike and Jay Talk About Cobweb. So this when they do a half in the bag, it's them reviewing a movie. When they do a best of the worst, it's them reviewing a bad movie. When they do a Mike and Jay Talk About, you don't really know. And so I knew it was either going to be real bad or I knew it would be interesting in some way. So I just got it and didn't watch the trailer, do nothing. I just knew it was called Cobweb and the Mike and Jay talked about it. And it was pretty bad. It's not great, but it was interesting. I really liked the way it was shot. It has really cool shots, but it has Anthony Starr. It has Homelander in it. He's the dad. And it's basically like the way I think it's supposed to come across is like a Halloween story where it's supposed to be told like you're some friends at a sleepover around Halloween and you're like, okay, so there's this family and this kid and and so I think that's how it is. But basically it's this kid who starts hearing like noises in his walls and he's trying to sleep and he wakes his parents up because he keeps hearing noises in his walls and they're like, don't worry, there's nothing there, I'll check. They put their ear up and nothing. But then like this voice starts coming out and it's talking to him and it wants him to help them. And he's getting bullied at school in there and the voice is like, you need to stand up for yourself. And don't back down to the bully and stand up to him. So he stands up to the bully and accidentally pushes him down the stairs and like breaks his leg. And so he gets expelled from school. And his parents then are like, you're grounded. And the mom is like, no. Let's just send him to your room. And Anthony Starr's like, no, he's grounded. And then yanks the fridge out from where it stands and there's a fucking door. And they open the door and there's a staircase down to the attic and there's like chains and stuff. And they ground him and they put him in the basement by himself and he can't eat. And it's like awful, like child abuse, trigger warning. But like, he then gets out and his teacher is like suspicious, and like comes and is like, where's Patrick? And they're like, oh, he's in his room. And the dad has like a cut on his arm and a hammer and he's like, oh, we're doing remodeling. And they kind of get the vibe that they're gonna kill the teacher. And anyways, he gets out, the kid gets out, serves his time or whatever, and then starts talking to the thing in the wall, and the thing's like, mom, I'm your sister and mom and dad trapped me in the walls and I need your help to get out. And he's like, okay. And his parents are acting weird now, and like that kind of starts to unravel, and so he decides to like uh poison his mom and dad, and so they're having dinner. They hate Halloween. The people come and trick or treat at the door, and mom shoos them away. Get off my porch, and so they're eating like this slop for dinner on Halloween, and they're like, oh, what is this tastes funny or whatever, and then throws up and dies or whatever. And then he takes the keys from his mom and goes to he moves this clock that's in his parents' room where another door is, and that's where the sister is in the walls, and he unlocks it. But then the kid's voice of like, I'm your sister, Patrick, I need you to help me, is like, thank you for saving me. And like it's like this monster
Mm.
that was in the wall, and it's like it is his sister, but she's been in there for a really long time, and she grew her hair's really long, and she like learned to, she like walks like a spider and stuff. And so then the kid that his bully shows up with his like older brother, and they come to like show like beat up the kid for breaking his leg, and the lady cobweb monster thing kills all the kids and stuff. And then it kind of and then the teacher comes and is like, she gets wrapped up in all this, and like Kiara and I were joking, like, what if people just keep showing up at the house, and like the movie just like goes for like 3 hours, and it's just like, I should go check on that kid. Oh god. And then the people just keep coming.
Going on over here. I just wanted to make sure everything. Oh god, police officer
Yeah.
just doing a wellness check.
Exactly. Exactly.
Dog.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. But yeah, so like the teacher comes to save him, and then they lock the monster up in this cage, in the cage that is in the basement. And she's like, uh you think I'm gonna be in here forever? No matter where you go, no matter where you are, you're always gonna wonder if you locked the cage right, and if you locked the door. And whenever you're sleeping, you're gonna wonder, and I'm always gonna be with you. And it was kind of creepy.
Wow.
It was not great, but when you look at it like a cheesy like Halloween campfire story, it was kind of good. And like the cinematography was really good. I thought it was shot so well, and it
What movie was
was
this?
really creepy. It's called Cobweb.
Cobweb.
It's hard to even recommend. So then I watched the Red Letter Media video, and Jay didn't really like it, and Mike loved it. And yeah, I definitely didn't love it. Kiara hated it.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah. She just thought it was the dumbest fucking thing in the world, and I was like, I think it's tried really hard, and it has a style. The director had a style, and he knew he wanted to do something, and whether or not he executed it well is up for debate. I think maybe some things were and some things weren't, but he definitely wanted to do something unique, and yeah. So that was that. Oh, I also put Barbie up on the Plex. We got
Barbie's
the
up? Nice.
Ninja Turtles movie, Barbie, and the new Indiana Jones movie.
Nice.
Nice,
Oh,
thank you.
Lizzie Kaplan made it?
I don't know.
Did she?
Cobweb?
Cobweb?
I don't know.
Name sounds
I
familiar.
thought it was a guy. Because I know he did a Netflix series.
Director Samuel Bowden, yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy.
So Lizzie's. Oh, she's the teacher. Carol.
Mm-hmm. The
She's a
substitute teacher, yeah.
I like Lizzie Kaplan. I think she's very gorgeous, if you ask me.
The teacher was beautiful.
I
Absolutely.
think she's very gorgeous.
Yeah.
She's
She's in something, isn't she?
yeah, she plays Nick Miller's girlfriend for a little bit in
Oh, a
New
new
Girl.
Okay.
But she also plays Janice from Mean Girls.
I thought you were gonna say Janice from Friends.
Hmm.
I don't remember Mean.
Janice? Yeah, Janice. She plays Janice from Mean Girls.
Hmm.
She's the one that befriends. She's the one that befriends Lindsay Lohan's character at the beginning. She's kind of a goth girl.
Mm.
I'm
She's in
looking
a TV show too, I think.
Castle Rock. She's Annie Wilkes. She's in the Disaster Artist as herself.
She's in Now You See Me Too, Hot Tub Time Machine,
The Interview, The League.
Oh no, that's the mom. You're talking about the mom.
Oh, that's the mom?
Yeah.
Carol's the mom?
Yes,
Oh.
Carol's the mom. Yes, she is in Hot Tub
Miss
Time Machine.
Devine. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yes. No, Miss Devine is the teacher.
Yeah, Miss Divine is the teacher. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Cleopatra Coleman. She's attractive, very attractive.
Yeah. She's attractive. The mom, but the mom is attractive too. Yeah. Weird movie.
Kind of a weird movie.
Weird movie.
So the sister's in the wall, but she's been transformed.
She's been in
Do
there
the
for
pa-
so long. It's like a barbarian situation.
Yeah. Does the parents give off like a sense of like mysticism? Is there
They're
like a
like
sense of
overprotective and creepy. But there's no mysticism. It's just that she's been in there so long she adapted to walk in the walls and be a spider lady, and her hair is really long and like a cobweb and there's spiders in it, you know.
Whoa.
That's what I think. It's not supposed to be taken
Am I right?
seriously.
Because I'm looking at the rest of
there's
you
like a
guys.
hidden
and this is the
message
guy in
kind
the
of
house doing
thing.
all the fucking. Am I right? You know.
I don't
I'm
even
right.
think there's a hidden message. I think
Yo,
just
what up,
think
Ham?
it's a campfire. It's a Halloween spooky story that's just supposed to be spooky, and it's not. You're not supposed to go like, how did she turn into a spider? It's not. It does. I don't know.
That's not supposed to be there.
No.
That's not the. Yeah, I got you.
It's not supposed to be an allegory. It's not supposed to be. It's just supposed to be the. Ooh, spooky.
By the way, side topic. I heard that there was just a recent thing. I don't know if it's true or not. I heard that Rotten Tomatoes is in a shit ton of trouble right now because they found
Yep.
out that they were paying critics to give good reviews to certain movies.
So I have a news story about that, and
What
you're
does
you're
Rotten Tomatoes get from
you're half
getting good reviews?
you're half right on this.
Fill me in.
All
I
right.
just don't understand what would Rotten Tomatoes get from
So
getting good reviews on certain movies.
so Rotten Tomatoes is under fire because in 2018 there was a PR firm, Bunker 15, who was paying lower level critics $50 a review to bump the ratings of a movie called a Daisy Ridley movie called Ophelia from 48% to over 60. Because when you get over 60 on Rotten Tomatoes critics score, you get the certified fresh tag. And because this film got the certified fresh tag, it was picked up to be for distribution by IFC Films.
So
So
why
people,
is Rotten Tomatoes in trouble?
They're
so
not.
people are so people are mad at Rotten Tomatoes because um, Rotten Tomatoes people are mad that it's this easy to mess with review scores, and a lot of people look at Rotten Tomatoes as like their first or only review score for a movie.
So they're
And
saying that that's hard for them to take. If this can happen to this movie, what else is happening to all the other movies that are on that? So I guess that's what they're saying.
so public the who was paying people to review the movie?
So there was a PR firm called Bunker 15 was paying not big name reviewers, but still
But the
critics.
critics side.
Yeah.
But they get on the critic side of it, yeah. So like your local maybe Spokane
So the
newspaper.
studio hired a PR firm to get to 60, and that was their idea, was to pay reviewers to get to 60
Yes,
to get picked up.
because what it sounds like is like these movies get played at Sundance, for example, but they haven't been picked up for distribution yet. And they and movie studios will look at, or not movie studios, a distribution house, publisher, those places, they'll look at, okay, what do reviews out of Sundance look like? And a movie's at 48%, not fresh, even though it has a big name behind it with Daisy Ridley.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Is
we're gonna
it
Damn, Ham.
is it possible that's like I guess we can't say for sure. It's all hearsay. But I'm like, is it possible that's why we have some movies that are so dramatically different between critics and audience scores, where the audience scores are really high and critics are really low, and critics scores are really high and audience really low?
well, it's the critics score really low, audience score really high, is that sometimes these movies are just we as audience goers just want to have fun with it, whereas critics look at it with a more critical eye,
Yeah.
right? But the other way around, if a movie has like a 99 on Rotten Tomatoes, but user base is like 60, you could speculate that some of it could be paid reviews. It could just be it's some artsy film that movie critics love, but your average Joe doesn't get.
I mean, Cobweb was like that. I looked at the reviews afterwards, and the critics was like 52, and the audience was like 76.
Yeah,
So
because
yeah,
that
there's
that
always
falls that falls into, like you said, that campfire kind of
an audience is going to have more fun with it than a
exactly.
film buff critic.
Yeah, like you or Red Letter Media or someone who just who watches every horror movie comes out and might put this on their list as like, this isn't the worst thing I've watched.
Mm-hmm.
I had fun. It sounds like just as a premise, it's kind of that kind of fun little creepiness to it movie. Not
Mm-hmm.
your Hereditary, but not your Thanksgiving.
It was interesting,
But
but yeah, that's kind of shitty that like PR firms can pay critics to bump a
Bump shit.
rating
yeah.
up to 60.
Yeah, I also thought should be higher than 60 to get certified fresh.
Absolutely, a 60 is not fresh to me. I don't
Yeah.
want to see a 60.
Should be like 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, actually, yeah, 80 would be perfect because a low 80 is like, okay, I can see how that's a good movie.
I
Like,
go look up like 4 different sites before I make a decision on any type of review.
Yeah.
um,
I've had to find critics that I respect and that I agree with, especially for games and movies, and then just listen to them, you know? And even don't fully like, but they can at least tell you whether or not it's worth your time, whether or not you love it or hate it. At least you should find out for yourself.
Very true.
Can we all get a big fuck you for Ham's
Shitty neighbors.
neighbor?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that witch bitch.
Ham, this time it was the downstairs neighbor, right, that complained?
Oh, this time it was a different
Yeah,
neighbor?
so it's like, fuck, man. What do you do?
Oh, that's brutal. Jesus.
Which is crazy. Like, there's no way he's being that loud with an electric fucking drum set.
Lame.
Just paper thin
Wild.
walls, dude.
Can't do anything because that sucks.
Because practically his landlord's just complete like, no, we're done.
Plus, with it being the downstairs neighbor, like, he'd have to dynamite his whole fucking floor and then put padding over it and then put all this other shit all over it.
That's fucking rough, dude. You'd have to spend so much fucking money just to get
Yeah.
that soundproofed.
Yeah, dude. Fuck, man, that sucks, man. I know you'll deal with it and everything, Ham, and you'll figure out something else, like another way of creativity, but it still blows. And it's okay to say that it sucks. We absolutely empathize with you, man.
No new hobby. We just gotta find life will find a way.
Drums will find a way to drum. Rock and roll is never dead.
I'm just like, I'm doing it within I'm doing it within curfew hours. I like that's my thing. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know why the fuck if I'm doing it within curfew hours, I don't know why I can't do it.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's just one of those New York things with everything being so close.
Yeah. I kind of want a hard stop in like 15 minutes. Is there any like Wes or news stories that you really want to talk about, Wes? We can go through that.
yeah, I can speed through a couple of these. Embracer Group, which has been buying up a bunch of game studios to make one like super game conglomerate, is closing down Volition Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Biggest franchise they're known for is Saints Row.
Row.
But they also worked on the Red Faction series, old PC games like Freelancer and Descent. It just sucks whenever these because this company's been around for like 30 years. So, yeah, but this Embracer Group, I think people have done some research, is partnered with Saudi Arabia company who controls their public fund.
Mm.
So, like, because like everyone accuses Saudi Arabia right now of sports washing, paying for a bunch of sports teams to make their image look good. They're doing the same with gaming.
Hmm.
Um, Switching to some
Well,
more.
the remake, the what do you call it remake? From my understanding, was absolutely horrendous.
It was bad. The only thing I've seen positive people have fun with is just doing some co-op with people, but the story's crap. It's not as good as the old Saints Rows. It's bad.
The original Saints Row though was before. It wasn't until Saints Row 2 where they decided that they wanted to go not a GTA knockoff.
Saints Row 3. Saints Row 2 is still a GTA clone. They just started going a little more funny and over the top. 3 is where they get nuts with it.
Yeah.
And 4 is in space. So, um,
4 is in space. That's...
oh yeah, Earth gets blown up. You're president of America. You get taken by aliens. Earth gets blown up. You're put in a Matrix simulation and get superpowers.
Damn.
And the
That's when they
spinoff.
have
Pretty
President
wild.
Gat.
No, you're the president. Gat's in
I thought-
hell.
I thought Gat was the president.
Nope, you're the president. Your vice president is Keith David.
And then
Nice.
there's the DLC, Get Out of Hell.
Then it's Gat out of hell, where
Oh.
you go into hell to save, or Gat gets taken to hell. No, your character gets taken to hell, and Gat has to
No,
go
my
in to try
dildo
and-
sword gets taken to hell, and then I need to go.
The
No,
dildo sword.
They took out the
Professor
dildo bat.
Genki. Oh man, I forgot about Professor Genki.
All right, speeding through some more of the news. Annapurna Studios, guys who make like Kentucky Route Zero, Outer Wilds, Stray. They have an animation studio. They had their first movie was Nomura on Netflix. They're doing a Stray movie.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
And then they're talking about doing other films from their game library, which could be Kentucky Route Zero, Outer Wilds, What Remains of Edith Finch, Donut Country.
Dude,
They have a
Edith
lot of
Finch
options.
was so good.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Stray will make a good movie.
Mhm.
Like that one. James brought this one to our attention either it was last night or earlier today. But Reed Pop,
Yeah.
the company who is trying to help get E3 this year, backed out of partnering with the ESA. And the LA Convention Center has officially announced that E3 will not happen in
Yep.
2024. ESA is still thinking of ways to possibly bring it back in 2024, but they'll probably bring it back in 2025. At least they
Yeah.
want to try. My guess is probably not.
I believe that article said also that they want to do like a full revamp of everything from the ground up. Which is what I would say too if I got shit on by my
Everything.
business partner and everything. Yeah. We wanted to restructure anyway.
I think E3's probably dead.
E3's done, Ham. That's it. All we have is Canadian Jeff Keighley in the Game Awards.
That weird fucking pinky, dude.
The word pinky.
We got a little bit of One Piece live action news. So it's official that the first season of the One Piece live action show has been viewed more than Wednesday and Stranger Things.
Hell yeah!
Nice.
Side note, good best anime live action adaptation to date. Very good show. For anime fans, I was talking with Aaron about this. It's like a high 7, low 8.
Okay.
Never seen the anime though. It's a solid 8,
Lady
if not
Bird.
9.
Lady
Donnie's
Bird for
mom
Starry.
is watching and enjoying it. It's just a fun pirate adventure at this point.
There's an actor that wants to be in it. What's her name? I totally went blank. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis wants to be in One Piece.
Yeah.
She wants to be Dr. E.N. She wants to be
She's
the
awesome.
doctor who works with Chopper.
Yo, she would be perfect.
Right?
She said she wanted to play. Who does she want to play? She actually wanted to play
Dr. E.N. I don't know
No,
what her
she-
other.
She said she wanted to play I think she said she wanted to play like Nico Robin, but she said now I'm too old to play that role now. If I was younger, I would, but so I'm gonna have to play Dr. E instead.
No, so the reason she said Dr. E.N. is because her favorite character is Tony Chopper.
Dude, I just finished the Drum Island saga, and
Yep.
that shit is so good.
Yeah.
I love Chopper.
Chopper is so good.
I love
Yeah.
Chopper.
Um,
Deeply talkative. Welcome in. Hey, yeah, we're just talking about. We're finishing up our podcast. We have the news we're talking about right now, but we're actually talking about the live action One Piece.
Yep. But the news that they have is so that it has not been picked up for season 2 yet, but apparently the scripts are done, so they're just waiting to get renewed. And if they get they could premiere 12 to 18 months after the strike.
Oh damn.
And
Okay, cool.
the reason this adaptation is so good is the manga creator Oda. He is basically telling them what you can and can't do to this show. Like, you can't
That's
change
good.
any of the characters' backstories. You can't create a Aaron, you're far enough into this, but you can't create a romance with any of the crew members. Like, that does not happen. It's a family dynamic, right?
Yeah.
Oh, because there's not any dynamics in the. Is there
There is no love dynamic in the show. The closest thing you get is Sanji lusting after every woman he sees.
I mean, in the. Oh yeah. Sorry, you said show, and I'm like, no, I'm not talking about the show. I'm talking about the manga. Then I'm like, wait, yeah, we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah. But like I said, they are also waiting to just get picked up with the numbers they did. I don't see how it doesn't get picked up by Netflix. It's just waiting on the strike too, which is good. Like, I don't want to see any new stuff that's been filmed during this strike, right? I'm for the strike. I want them to succeed. They need to get paid. I think Warner Brothers might actually be coming to the table soon.
Okay. That's weird. Deeply
Hey.
talkative says, I like the guy with the dog puppet. Make it say Polywater Cracker. Ladybird, can you talk, Ladybird?
Can you say Polly wants a cracker?
She licks her lips. She's like, why are you embarrassing me? Her face.
And then, oh, hey, Loki.
Oh, Ladybird. She's so embarrassed.
Oh, it's so good, Ladybird. And then it's Loki rolling up. Loki's like, I want to be a part of this action.
No, he's like,
Give her a cigarette. No.
no.
Give her a
then-
cigarette, right?
All right. Last bit of news I had, it was reported that Nintendo was demoed the Switch 2 at Gamescom behind closed doors. The only report we have is that it's using an LCD screen and not an OLED to keep the cost down, and its graphics are comparable to the PS5 and the Xbox.
I love how I can't see Wes's face, just Loki's ears.
So it's gonna be like $600 then.
We don't know.
Yeah.
And the other big thing that some people are concerned about is there's been no talk, and again, only one demo, so we don't know much, if there's going to be backwards compatibility with old Switch games.
If there's not, that's
Is it a Nintendo?
ridiculous.
See, Nintendo, well, you have a point. Well, no, Nintendo, since they've gone to disc, is always at least backwards compatible one. The Wii was GameCube backwards compatible. The Wii U was Wii backwards compatible. The Switch doesn't have a disc drive.
Yeah, but they have like most of the big games ported in some way, shape, or form.
Correct. I mean, yeah, there'll still be ports, but like anyone who has a physical collection.
Oh no, fuck that. Idiot. Who sells
Fuck
a
that shit.
physical collection?
Quack, quack, quack.
Hardly breathe when he's pumping deep inside.
Thank you. You're welcome, Deeply. We're here to please.
We said make the dog quack, so I did.
Hey, who brought the duck? It's coming from this area.
This is my fucking job. Don't fucking do that, man.
Dude, we need a Pablo Francisco on the soundboard.
Okay.
Definitely. This is my fucking job.
Don't fuck around, man. This is my fucking job. Yo, what a duck.
Wet ass P word.
He's bouncing off my booty cheeks. I love the way he rides. I can hardly breathe when he's pumping deep inside.
Oh my god, that's so
Oh,
funny.
That was
When did you add that one? Today?
Like
now.
2 seconds ago.
Yo, deeply thank you for the follow. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Won't you tell me your name?
Oh,
Hell
man.
yeah. Hell yeah.
And the Ranger's aim was deadly with
The big iron on his hip. It's my homage to Fallout.
All right. We wrapping up?
What else you got, Wes? Anything else?
Oh, that was the last one.
Tis be the last one before the ads kick in. Wait, who made the country song? That shit is funny. Do you know who sings it, Aaron? Sings that country song. Who sings that country song?
Who sings it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name's Dixon Dallas.
Deeply says, thanks for letting me get goofy. Cheers, boys. Love the Doors, too. See you next stream with some more wackiness. Thank you for letting me interrupt. No problem. That's what we're here for.
Of course.
Appreciate
We're here.
it, dude.
We're here we aim to please.
We aim to please, and we end up sneeze. That made no sense.
Here to please.
He's bouncing off my booty cheeks. I love the way he rides.
Dixon Dallas. You ever had a nice cup of warm Dickens cider? I love that. It's good stuff.
My bussy.
My bussy.
We called it a mangina.
We're gonna get the
in my
whole
day.
song in here.
We called it a mangina back in my day.
There's nothing like I love more than a nice warm Dickens cider. Oh, man.
We're gonna get the whole song, baby.
Hey, Ham's gonna fucking add that to his playlist now. He's gonna be running around Palia, bouncing off my booty cheeks. I love the way she rides.
Hey, it is unironically
It's a good song.
Definitely. That's awesome. All right, let's see. Who are we gonna raid, folks? Please stick around for the raid. Please do
There
that.
we go.
Please do that.
Call him daddy while I holler, man. That boy's so damn good looking.
All right, Deeply, if you want to stick around, we're going to go see somebody pretty fucking special. Also enjoys wackiness. Plays a lot of crazy games. And has a mouth like a sailor. And I love him. His name's Unauthorized User.
Ooh.
We are going to raid our good buddy, Unauthorized User.
And his name is John.
Tay's all excited for John Cena's back.
What a crazy, wacky, zany guy.
Crazy wacky. That's funny. See if I queued that up correctly.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
They indicted
Dude,
me. Oh,
he
no,
has a-
cancel.
He has a new one where he goes, all Joe Biden wants to do is sleep. Sleepy, sleep, sleep. He goes to the beach. He wants to sleep on the beach. He thinks he looks good in a bathing suit. He doesn't.
He doesn't. Dude, you did that perfect.
I've watched it like 1,000 times today. I nailed it.
Dude,
One
that's
of my
so
favorite-
fucking funny.
One of my favorite Joe
Can you do
Biden
that
ones-
again? Can you run through that again?
He goes, all Joe Biden wants to do is sleep. Sleepy Joe, sleep, sleep, sleep. He wants to go to the beach and sleep. He thinks he looks good in a bathing suit. He doesn't.
He doesn't. I love that. It's such a run-on sentence.
Yeah, it just doesn't end. No
It's
punctuation there, no comma.
Oh my god. No, that's real, Ham. That's real.
That is real.
That is what he said. One of my favorite Joe Biden bits, though, is when Joe Biden says, God save the Queen, man.
Dude.
He goes like this.
Shoot her! He does
"God save
Shooter
the Queen."
McGavin.
The Queen's dead. He goes, God save the Queen, man. And then he finger guns, and then he goes to walk off stage, and he's all,
That's fucking hilarious. I love that
Hey,
so
doesn't
much.
know which way to go. He's all,
Nobody told me she died, Jack.
She died, Jack. 10 seconds to the raid. Thank you guys again for hanging out with us tonight. It's good to do another podcast. Try to be more specific.
Hopes it.
We're trying to be more consistent
Bob
with our
Saget.
scheduling because it's not 95 degrees and my power's not going to keep tripping. Go say hi to unauthorized user. We love you. We'll see you next time. Good night. Bye.
He's bouncing off my booty cheeks. I love the way he rides. I can hardly breathe when he's pumping deep inside. I kiss him on his neck and then he kisses on my pussy. Call him daddy while I holler, and that boy's so damn good looking.
Everybody, how you doing?